Hi guys, welcome to the session. I hope all of you are good and nice today. And we have already have a few requests here. So I'm adding Yusuf, Shruti, and Vivek to the stream. Hi guys, I'll take three at a time. We'll discuss your queries and then we'll move on. Yeah. So I think Yusuf, you're muted.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Hi. Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. How are you, sir?
Even also, I'm good. Good.
Oh, so I started my preparation for CAT 2022, and I'm a non-engineer, and I'm scared of TI and quant subject.
I don't think there's any point being scared. You have to start uh,
Mm.
somewhere, and
Mm.
don't be very scared of not being able to solve a question, because naturally, when you start, you'll not be able to solve every question. So gradually, what you do is you'll have to, maybe if you're very weak, you might have to schedule one or two extra rounds of preparation rather than others. So somebody who's
Okay.
average or average plus, for them, I tell them to
And
spend
so
your.
one thing I want to ask more, I'm planning to do MBA in business analytics, but I don't know much about it as I'm a BCom student. So what else can I do to maintain my profile?
I guess देखो, बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स के लिए जा रहे हो या फिर एमबीए के लिए जा रहे हो, प्रोफाइल डिफरेंस ज्यादा नहीं होता है दोनों में, मतलब इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हाट यू नीड टू डू फॉर योर प्रोफाइल. So
Yes, sir.
key factors for profile are good scores in colleges, in your college exams, and also doing something, doing well with respect to your extracurriculars or co-curricular activities. So if you can pick up a
Okay.
few courses, etc., along with this, so that would be good.
And so last one more thing. So apart from MBA, what are the good career options that are available?
Uh, See, depends. If you're a BCom, then you got the option of continuing as an accountant. So you can do a
Mm.
CA or a CS kind of thing. But
Like
MBA,
how,
MBA will give you better outcomes, and then also look for a CFA. CFA is also a good option.
and so how, what are operational analysis degrees? So
Good,
किस
Pratish,
type की
are
होती
you
है?
also live? What?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So ऑपरेशनल एनालिसिस की जैसे मैं सर्च कर रहा था यूनिवर्सिटीज में फॉरेन की, तो सर उसमें कोर्सेज थे ऑपरेशन एमएससी इन ऑपरेशन एनालिसिस, तो मार्केट एनालिसिस, तो इस टाइप के कोर्सेज थे, तो उसके बारे में
देखो,
कुछ नॉलेज है आपको?
कोर्सेज बहुत सारे. Basically, when you go for your post graduation, it has to be from a good institution. So good
ओके.
institution, any course will do. But the
ओके
institution
सर,
is
थैंक
average, then it's not going to change your life.
ओके थैंक यू सर.
So you can just mute yourself. You can leave Yusuf if your questions are done. I'll take other people in.
ओके.
Yeah, Pratish.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, I have been learning from you from an academy, and sir, the problem is, sir, कि challenges खत्म ही नहीं हो रहे, sir. Already I've taken a risk of not taking specialization. I'm in currently I'm in BTech CSE, third year, SIT Pune, and I've come to college now because college is going offline. So what I've done is that there's a library up there in SIT. Go and study there, so no one is coming. And sir, what I was asking that there is a lot of summer internship going on. So, sir, I'm thinking to leave this summer internship because in placements, more or less, I'll just prepare the DSA and I'll just grab that. Yes, sir.
Summer internship has no value. No value. Summer internship has no value.
Yes,
So
sir.
you
So
can
what I was thinking that I will leave it. मैं नहीं करूँगा. मैं डायरेक्टली प्लेसमेंट में बैठ जाऊँगा, ठीक है. बट मुझे सीरियसली अटेंड नहीं लेना है इसी सर.
summer internship. Summer internship. Just do it. Don't waste your time on it. Just do it as much as is required by your college. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So those of you who are not on this thing,
Excuse
or
me
what?
sir.
Yeah, this
Sir,
is
one
the.
last thing sir.
Yeah.
सर एलआर में सर सीट नहीं आ पा रही सर. एक्चुअली अभी तक के सर मैंने जैसे 40 अरेंजमेंट के सेट्स लगा लिए होंगे, तब भी जब मैं टॉपिक टेस्ट देने गया था तो सर सीडी नहीं आ पा रही है. 2-3 टॉपिक टेस्ट दिए, सीडी नहीं आ पा रही
तो
मैं
अरेंजमेंट
बात
के बाद
कीजिए।
नेक्स्ट सेट पीस पे जाना पड़ेगा ना, ऐसे अरेंजमेंट तो नहीं कर सकता ना।
यस सर। तो
पहले
मतलब
इसकी जितने 8-9 क्वेश्चन टाइप्स हैं सब पे
यस
20-30 लगा लो, है ना।
सर।
और उसके बाद उससे ज्यादा जरूरत नहीं है, 40-50-100 सेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है। उसके बाद
And one more
नेक्स्ट
thing,
क्वेश्चन।
sir, how much time should I give it for improving my calculations, sir? Like I've seen your calculation videos, like how fast you add and everything. So, sir, how much time should I take out, like half an hour daily for just practicing that?
Yeah,
Because
you
it's
can do
needed.
three periods. I mean, calculation does not require half an hour at a go. You can do 10 minutes ka 3 periods also a day. ठीक है, the object, the process should not be made out of the time that you should give. It should be made out of the work you want to get done. So define your process based on the work, not on the time. ठीक है? Yeah, Vivek, you are on live now. You can go ahead and ask your question. Yusuf, तुम्हारा हो गया? I'm removing you because I will take other people into the stream. Vivek, your questions. You're not audible. Vivek? And those of you who are watching this, if you want to join in on the broadcast and ask me anything, this is going to be a regular feature on the channel. Every every Sunday, 5:30 p.m. I'll be there for half an hour, 45 minutes discussing your queries, your questions. Just make sure that you bring in good quality questions for me. So Naveen, I'm taking you in. Naveen, Sarthak,
Yes, sir.
Vansh.
So, yes, sir. I have a question, sir.
Yes, Sarthak.
This this year I scored 89 percentile in CAT, and most
Ah,
probably I will be joining a tier 2 college. And
ah,
sir, I know that I want to pursue finance. I'm quite sorted in that manner. I love finance. I've studied finance before in my graduation as well.
ah.
So I was wondering, should I do CFA level 1 and 2 along with my MBA? Is it possible to do it together? And would it add anything to my profile?
It'll add a lot to your profile, and it's possible.
Alright. So, like in
Especially
case I,
a
yes,
lot
sir.
of people who go to the top IIMs also do a CFA along with that. So you should plan to do that.
Even if I'm going in a tier 2 college.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay, great. Naveen, you want to speak something? You want to
Yes,
ask
sir.
something?
Good evening. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good. Tell me.
Sir, I connected recently with you at Khabri, sir.
Acha, tell me.
Yes, sir. So the
Actually,
question
the
remains.
idea for the Ask Me Anything on the channel came from Kabri only. Since
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
doing
sir.
Kabri all the
Yes,
time, and we get close to 500 people there. So I thought, why
yes, sir.
not do it on the channel also? So I fixed up a
Yes,
time
sir. Sir,
as 5:30 on Sunday to do this. So
sir,
this is
it's
going to be
great initiative, sir.
thanks, thanks.
Sir,
Tell me, what's your question?
yes, sir. The question remains same. Actually, मैं सर अभी जॉब कर रहा हूँ प्राइवेट सेक्टर में और
हाँ,
मैं भी एक्सप्लोर कर रहा हूँ सर। मैं जैसे आपने काफ़ी वीडियोस में अपने बताया कि देयर आर सर्टेन टाइप्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट, सर्टेन कैटेगरी ऑफ स्टूडेंट। तो सर मैं एक्सप्लोर ही कर रहा था कि मुझे क्या पसंद है। तो मैं ना अभी मैथमेटिक्स करते आता हूँ काफ़ी सालों से। तो मैं वही जो मैंने आपको उस टाइम पे भी पूछा था कि मुझे कैट करना है, कैट देना है, पर वही कि अभी मैं बहुत रॉ लेवल पे हूँ, LOD 1 मे बी
हाँ,
शुड से आई थिंक। तो सर मैं वहाँ से क्या मेरी वो रहनी चाहिए एक उसके लिए गाइडेंस। और मे बी सर एक तो अपने हमारे पास जो है सर वीकेंड ऑफ रहते हैं, वीकेंड।
हाँ,
तो वीकेंड में सर हम क्या कोई ऐसा आप कोई ऐसा कोर्स आप प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं? जैसे मतलब मैं दिल्ली में था तो दिल्ली में ये है सिनेरियोज कि आप वीकेंड कोचिंग्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं, मतलब कई कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स होते हैं।
हम्म।
तो आप क्या इस तरीके का कोई वो कर सकते हैं, या अगर ऐसा नहीं तो कोई गाइडेंस आप प्रोवाइड कराए प्लीज।
देखो वीकेंड पे ऑफ कोर्स बिकॉज यू आर वर्किंग तो प्लेस पे टाइम मिलेगा, सो वीकेंड्स पे यू हैव टू पुश द प्रिपरेशन।
यस सर।
So I would not suggest physical coaching is to join करो तो time बहुत लगेगा, पूरे time उसी में जाएगा. Right? So if you want to take up an online program or something, you can try to take that. Otherwise, don't get into a physical coaching for the sake of doing. That's one part of it.
Okay, sir.
और apart from that, since you're already working, तो profile पे बहुत ज़्यादा pressure नहीं लेना है. You just focus on this thing. और LOD 1 पे अगर तुम comfortable हो, LOD 2 पे जाओगे तो you might be able to solve some percentage of questions. 10, 20,
ठीक है
25, 30% solve होगा, तो वो question जब solve होंगे, तो 2-3 राउंड में, सेकंड राउंड में करोगे तो थोड़ा और बढ़ेगा. Every time you solve a few questions, your score, your ability improves. Suppose तुमने 100 question LOD, this for everybody because everybody asks me this question all the time. Suppose तुमने 100 question LOD 2 के उठाए and you solved 30 of them. So 30 question में तुम्हारा ability would have improved in being able to solve that. तो जो बाकी 70 question नहीं solve किए उसको फिर से try कर लो तो कुछ उसमें से निकल जाएंगे. तो उससे 3 बार में करना चाहिए. और 3 बार ट्राई करने के बाद भी नहीं हो रहा उसको फिर पूछो. ठीक है ना?
हाँ सर, ठीक है सर. थैंक यू सर वेरी मच. यस सर, इट वाज हेल्पफुल. थैंक यू सर.
Thanks for all the best. Ganesh, I'm taking one shot भी बोल सकते हो. You can also come in.
Hello, good evening, sir.
हाँ वंश बोलो. हाँ.
हेलो.
हाँ वंश बोलो. हाँ.
गुड इवनिंग सर. सर एक्चुअली मेरा एक छोटा से डाउट ये था कि मैंने अभी न्यू ईयर रेजोल्यूशन था मेरा कि कैट के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है फॉर कैट 2022. आप क्या कहते हैं, जो बुक्स थी वो भी मैंने ले ली थी सेल्फ प्रिपरेशन के लिए, बट ड्यू टू वर्कलोड, जैसे भी मैं जॉब कर रहा हूँ तो वर्कलोड की वजह से पिछले 1-1.5 महीने से वो मतलब कंटिन्यूटी ब्रेक हो गई है. अब आपका अप्रैल स्टार्ट हो गया, बहुत ही कम टाइम है, तो अप्रैल से मतलब पॉसिबल है कि अपन तैयारी शुरू कर पाए? जो बेसिक्स हैं वो क्लियर है.
What mistake you made was जॉब में प्रेशर बढ़ गया तो कैट पे 0 कर दिया तुम. Don't go down to 0. I mean your base week should be 10 hours, 10-15 hours. हर हफ्ते 40 घंटे करने की जरूरत नहीं है, लेकिन जिस हफ्ते तुम बहुत बिजी हो उस हफ्ते 10-12 घंटे तो कम से कम करो. The problem happens when you have 0 weeks in between. तो बीच में 0-4-5 वीक हो जाते हैं तो पूरा टाइम तुम्हारा जो पिछला काम किया वो भी पूरा खत्म हो जाता है. So that's why don't have these 0 weeks. Make sure that you're connected to the goal.
सर प्रिपरेशन क्या रखें मतलब अप्रैल से आपका कि 99% वाली, क्योंकि बेसिक्स क्लियर है अपना, जैसे इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड है तो बेसिक्स में कोई इशू नहीं है, बस कुछ क्वेश्चन में से टाइमिंग लग जाता है या प्रैक्टिस कैसे, कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे इंप्रूव करना है.
तो मॉक टेस्ट स्टार्ट कर दो. इफ यू आर रेडी फॉर द मॉक टेस्ट, स्टार्ट द मॉक टेस्ट. अगर तुमको लगता है कि 2-3 महीना बेसिक्स देखने के बाद मॉक टेस्ट करना है तो वो कर सकते हो. आइदर ऑफ द टू स्ट्रेटजीज. मॉक टेस्ट जब करोगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली विल गेट टू नो वेयर यू आर गोइंग रॉन्ग एंड व्हाट एरियाज यू आर नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व. तो अपने आप वो बढ़ेगा.
और सर वो क्वेश्चंस की अप्रोच जैसे कैसे लर्न करें कि जो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने की जो एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, क्योंकि अपन क्या देसी मेथड या जो अपने नॉर्मल बेसिक मेथड है उससे सॉल्व कर देते हैं, लेकिन एग्जाम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कि उस क्वेश्चन में जो ट्रिक लगानी है या फिर जो एक आपका स्मार्ट वर्क लगाना है वो कैसे.
Algebra will reduce the amount of algebra you try to reduce that. दो alternate प्रोसेस होते हैं मैथ्स और DI स्पेसिफिकली सॉल्व करने के लिए. एक algebraic प्रोसेस होता है और एक न्यूमेरिकल प्रोसेस होता है. तो people who are engineers especially or people who have been trained to think on algebra every time, उनका माइंड सीधा algebra में चला जाता है, and that is not very fruitful in the CAT. So what you try to do is you try to move from algebraic process to numerical process in your solving. किस कौन सा नंबर होगा. सपोज कोई क्वेश्चन बोल रहा है कि कार इज ट्रैवलिंग एट अ सर्टेन स्पीड, तो स्पीड का कुछ ना कुछ तो नंबर आएगा ना. अलजेब्रा बोलता है कि स्पीड पे x ले लो, उसके बाद उससे उसको जो भी बोला है उसको म्यूटेशंस करो. बट इफ यू थिंक अबाउट दैट एज अ नंबर एंड बीच का एक प्रोसेस होता है जहाँ पे तुम पार्शियली अलजेब्रा करते हो, देन यू मे बी 2 steps ऑफ अलजेब्रा एंड देन यू मूव टू नंबर्स. सो ट्राई टू अडॉप्ट दैट अप्रोच आल्सो. ये दोनों अप्रोच तुम्हारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है.
श्योर सर, श्योर. ठीक है, थैंक यू सर, थैंक्स अ लॉट.
चलो ओके. या ऋतिक नवीन तुम्हारा हो गया क्वेश्चन?
गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
हाँ गुड आफ्टरनून, बोलो.
सर मैं थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हूँ मेरा एकेडमिकल बैकग्राउंड को लेकर, क्योंकि मेरा जो एकेडमिकल बैकग्राउंड थ्रू आउट द 10th का 83 परसेंटाइल है और +2 का मेरा 53% और अभी अभी ग्रेजुएशन मेरा कंप्लीट हुआ है, 7.5 CGPA है।
देखो जो भी हो चुका है सोच के कोई फायदा नहीं है,
तो
आगे भी करो, जो हाथ में है उस पर फोकस करो।
तो मैं टारगेट के लिए IIM में टारगेट रख सकती हूँ अभी?
देखो आई एम तुमको भी टारगेट नहीं कर सकते, आई एम तुम विश कर सकते हो, कोई भी आदमी कभी आई एम टारगेट नहीं करता। व्हाट यू टारगेट इज अ स्कोर इन द कैट एंड स्कोर इन द इंटरव्यू, राइट? इफ दोस थिंग्स वर्क आउट, योर आउटकम विल कम। सो इफ समबडी टेल्स मी कि आई एम अहमदाबाद टारगेट है मेरा, तो आई टेल हिम कि ये तुम्हारा विश है, नॉट अ टारगेट। टारगेट इज समथिंग व्हिच यू कैन सी एंड यू कैन अटैक इट। आई एम अहमदाबाद टारगेट के लिए तुमको पहले कैट को क्लियर करना होगा। सो योर टारगेट हैज टू शिफ्ट इनटू कैट। So keep a strong target in CAT. It should take care of your problems. You'll get enough good calls. ठीक है ना?
ओके सर, ठीक है।
And uncontrollables के बारे में सोच के कोई फायदा नहीं है।
लेकिन मैं अभी IIM के लिए विश कर सकती हूँ।
हाँ, कर सकते हो आराम से। And there are 20 IIMs now, so there are a lot of seats available in the IIMs.
ओके, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है?
ठीक है सर।
Right. Himal, Priyanshu, both of you are live.
Yes, sir.
Ritik,
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Himal, tell me.
Good evening, sir. I am targeting PhD in IIM. मास्टर्स में मेरा स्कोर अच्छा था, लाइक फर्स्ट क्लास ही था। 12th 10th वाज गुड, 12th वाज नॉट दैट गुड। सो कैट की प्रिपरेशन तो मैं पूरा आपके बुक से करूँ स्टार्टिंग टू एंड। मैथ्स में थोड़ा मैं वीक हूँ, बाकी वर्बल एंड ऑल मेरा अच्छा है। मैं MA इन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर हूँ और मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है सोशल वर्किंग के फील्ड में और थोड़ा सा लीडरशिप में। तो PhD मैं चाह रही थी अपना पब्लिक पॉलिसी मेकिंग में IIM से।
ठीक है, तो गुड आइडिया। क्वेश्चन क्या था तुम्हारा?
तो
इट्स अ गुड प्लान।
सर क्वेश्चन या सर मैथ्स को ही लेकर था थोड़ा सा। बीच बीच में लाइक फ्लो टूट जाता है या थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट होता है ना अपना, थोड़ा सॉल्व करते करते हल्का सा डेविएट होता है। तो सर हाउ टू मेंटेन दैट? और उसके साथ साथ सर अपन को जब क्या स्कोर मैटर करता है, क्योंकि MBA में जो अपन कैट का 99 प्लस रहता है वो रहता है, तो हम PhD के लिए अगर अप्लाई करेंगे तो भी सेम क्राइटेरिया रहेगा कि इट विल बी डिफरेंट फॉर अस?
थोड़ा लोअर भी चलता है।
Okay,
PhD
sir.
you can go lower score also. But why should you aim for lower? 98, 99 will aim
Yeah.
karo. If you're aiming for 90, you're going to score 60 marks out of 198. If you're aiming for 98, you have to score 85 marks. Why can't you aim for 85? है ना, 5-7 क्वेश्चन की दूरी है। ठीक है, 20 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर सकते हो, तो 25 भी कर
जी
सकते हो।
जी
ठीक है, चलो,
ठीक है सर,
थैंक्स।
थैंक यू, नमस्ते।
Hi, sir. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. So you guys, whoever is finished off can just leave the studio also, because there are other people trying to enter, and I think on the studio there are, I can take 6 people live at one time, and I can take only 10 people waiting in the studio. So Vivek, तुम्हारा अगर हो गया तो मैं तुमको स्टूडियो से निकाल रहा हूँ अभी, और Pratyush, you can also leave. Yeah, tell me, who was that? Himal,
Yes,
तुम्हारा
sir.
हो गया?
Priyanshu this side.
Himal, you can leave the session, if your question has
Good
been
evening,
answered.
sir.
Yeah,
So my question was coming from a law background. I've done my BLLB specialization in corporate law in 2021. Like my 10th and 12th scores have also been decent, above 90%, and in law also I was in top 5% of my college. So sir, what my question is basically, like I've been into a work experience, like I'm in one of the big fours as a legal associate since last 6-7 months, but because I've left maths for a good amount of time, like since last 5-6 years, like because of law I have no control in maths as such. So it's taking a little bit of time to get to the basics also. So do you think will it be okay if I call it off, like I quit my job so as to give proper 6 months to CAT, because like coping with work along with managing maths has been slightly challenging for me as I've been away from maths for a good amount of time? Or will it leave a very bad impact on my like?
I see two questions there. One is how to handle the maths part is one
Yes,
question
sir.
that you are asking me, And the other
Yes,
part
sir.
is you're asking me, ki, can I leave the job? So the answer to the
Right.
job part is yes. See, basically what happens is when you go into CAT and when they find when they uh, create the shortlist after CAT, so they look at work experience till July 2022. So your work
Yes.
experience will only be counted till July 2022. So after that, you can of course so after that, even if you continue working, it's not going to get added to you getting a call. The second
Understood.
factor is when you go into interviews in February, March. At that time, they'll look at your experience till December. So if you got 6 months experience now, if you continue working in July, you'll have 9 or 10 months experience. So for your calls for the B school, it will not matter much whether you got 6, 7 months experience or 10 months experience. Maybe you can continue for April and mid May tak chhod do job. That's one answer for you. And
Yes, sir.
anyway, take a 3 4 month break, and October November you can pick up a job again for coming back for saying because they'll ask you in February ki kya kar rahe the tum, right, for the last 4 months. And
Yes, sir.
the amount of work experience you have has two effects. One effect it has is it gives you the some marks in the some extra marks in your selection process. And the second effect is that if you're working, then it also has an effect on your on the impression you create and the kind of questions they'll ask you in the interview. So दोनों एंगल से तुमको फायदा होगा अगर तुम वर्क कर रहे हो तो.
Right,
But
sir.
taking a 5 month break in between jobs is perfectly okay. So it does not affect your preparation. And when you're talking about maths, getting your maths in shape, उसके लिए तुमको
Yes, sir.
what you have to focus on doing and what you'll have to make sure that you end up doing if you want to get your maths in place is
Yes, sir.
किसी भी chapter में जब जाते हो तो the theory that they teach you in school and college, that's not very relevant to what you need to do inside a problem. So what you need to do is every chapter has two levels of questions. One level of question is which is mostly about obeying the instructions given in the question. So first you get a control of the obeying instruction questions, and then you try to get control of questions in which they ask you the opposite of obeying instructions is self-generated thought. They've not given you any specific instruction, but based on the
Yes.
situation they have created, you have to decide and understand that this is the thought I need to apply here. So self-generated thought typically develops after your obeying instructions is organized. So first focus on making sure that you are good at obeying instructions on the chapter.
Right, sir.
Right, and that's why you need to do multiple rounds. एक बार obeying instruction set हो जाएगा तो फिर then self-generated thought भी आने लगेगा. That's where it seems very difficult to start with, but you need to understand that everything is repetitive in maths. So after a certain point, it just starts repeating. Everything starts repeating.
Understood, sir.
Right?
Thank you
Chalo.
so much, sir. Thank you so much,
Thanks.
sir.
You can leave
Sir,
this to me. I'll take other
sir,
people.
another question.
Yeah.
I have in your 8th edition quant. So I want to what is the difference between 9th edition and 8th edition of quant?
See, every edition, the question banks I'm making tighter, and my objective in every new edition is to give you more value per page. So ninth, in fact, let me announce also here, मेरा 10th edition भी आने वाला है, that's coming in the next month. So again, there also I'm getting tighter. So 9th edition, में major differences was I tightened the theory in a lot of places, improved the quality of the theory, and also tightened the question banks and specifically the functions chapters, etc. So वहाँ पे काफी कुछ change किया था मैंने. So you will find a completely different experience. So if you've got the 8th edition, you can prepare with it right now. But if you want to take a new edition and wait for the 10th one, next 2 months 8 से कर लो. उसके बाद 10th के लिए 10th जब आएगा, I think May end तक आ जाना चाहिए, तो you can pick it up from there. Yeah, Nafeel, you are.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir. Yeah, sir, I'm a MBA aspirant. Like I'm trying for a MBA CAT. It's about 2 years. So when you are giving CAT, we also give the other exams, TC, Simtrade, GX, entrance exams, etc. So the CAT I didn't done well in the second year also. So I cleared for entrance in APU and IITs also. It's a big like a premier institute in India. So now I'm thinking like to settle for a average college for MBA or for go for a TIS or a APU or any other primary institute which I got into for MA which is also in social entrepreneurship course. I'm also running a startup, so it's fit my profile also. Yes.
We're talking about this social entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir. It is.
That's a good book. This kind of thing is good. Only thing it will
Yeah.
not give you very strong corporate careers. The career path will be different. तो थोड़ा सा career path evaluate कर लो वहाँ से and whether you are excited about that career path.
Okay.
And you don't want to test and feel कि plan नहीं है, right? And the
Okay,
other
yeah.
factor is how you believe that you should try to get the best possible college you can get to.
Okay.
Right.
So what's about that for settling down for a tier 3 or tier 2 MBA college, or better to go for any like this? And I also cleared for Asim Premji University, or better to
Don't
go
go
for
for
this?
tier 3 or tier 2 MBA. It's better to go for this kind of institution.
Okay, sir.
What
Yeah.
that does is it gives you a premium institution feel also, and second is you can also do an MBA later
Yeah. Yes.
because you've not done an MBA, right? So this
Yeah.
will give you a jump definitely from where you are right now, and then you can plan a
Okay.
second jump when you come back to your when you do your second MBA. Try to do it from, or you can do an executive MBA 4-5 years down the line. So try to do it from the premier college.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right? Chalo. Yogesh, I'm taking you in.
Yeah.
Ritik, if you're done, you can leave the studio.
Good evening, sir.
Ritik, Naveed, Nafeel, you can also leave if you're done. Yogesh, yeah, tell me.
Good evening, sir.
Varun, bolo.
Sir, my doubt is regarding IBMAT. If I start now, can I ace the exam? And second question, sir, is LOD1 sufficient for IBMAT?
Yeah, LOD1 mostly should be sufficient. Maybe some easier question of LOD2. LOD2, even if you can do 50% of the questions, that's good enough. You don't need to go to 100% solving of LOD2. You just LOD1 पूरा अच्छे से करो. Or LOD2 को what you do for LOD2 is you just make sure that you have you've gone through one round of LOD2 and whatever question, even if you are at 50-60% questions solved, then you can leave the remaining questions. That much is good enough. So कुछ LOD2 IP math maybe. And the other question is, if you start right now, is it sufficient? Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
The time is sufficient. You don't need to cover much, but you will also need to make sure that you take a lot of tests along with your classes, etc., or whatever you do.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? And IP math दे रहे हो तो CU set भी दे देना, CUET इस time. वो भी
Yes, sir. Start कर दीजिए.
ठीक है ना? चलो.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Arun. Yogesh.
Good evening,
Yogesh,
sir.
Sunny.
Sir, actually, I have doubt about quant. Sir, मी daily प्रत्येक चॅप्टरचे एक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करतोय. तर ते मला आता पण काय काय कन्सेप्ट क्वेश्चन सोडवताना जमतायत आणि काय काय जमत नाहीत. मग ते सफिशियंट आहे का मी आणखी काय वेगळं ट्राय करू?
तो ये तुमने कसं अज्यूम केला की मला मराठी येते?
मैं अभी हर रोज हर एक चैप्टर का एक सवाल सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ कॉन्ट का.
हिंदी में बोल दो ताकि सब लोग समझ पाए. हाँ.
अभी मैं सर कॉन्ट का हर एक चैप्टर का एक मतलब परसेंटेजेस, एवरेजेस, बाकी अर्थमेटिक और अलजेब्रा का एक सवाल रोज सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ. तो वो
एक सवाल?
हाँ, एक दो सवाल हर एक चैप्टर का डेली.
वैसे मत करो. पहले एक हफ्ता दो, एक चैप्टर को पूरा कंप्लीट करो, उसके बाद दूसरे चैप्टर में.
वो एक्चुअली सर मेरा जो सिलेबस है वो कंप्लीट हो गया है. मैं डेली प्रैक्टिस के लिए हर एक सवाल रोज सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा 10वीं के बाद सीधा अभी ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट हो रहा है मेरा. 5 साल के बाद सीधा मैं मैथ्स सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ, तो मुझे वो उसमें थोड़ी बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है.
कंप्लीट कैसे किया? खुद से सॉल्व करके क्यों कि पूछ के क्यों? लोगों से पूछ के सॉल्व किया?
नहीं, बुक में से सर. LOD1 के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं तो LOD2 भी जाना पड़ेगा तुमको. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा कि एक चैप्टर जैसे पूरा सिलेबस अगर एक राउंड हो गया तो एक सेकंड राउंड भी कर लो सिलेबस का पूरा. पूरा सिलेबस को एक सेकंड एक बार फिर से कर लो. तो फर्स्ट टाइम अगर एक हफ्ते में एक चैप्टर होता तो सेकंड टाइम में 3 दिन में एक चैप्टर होना चाहिए.
और सर मुझे LRDI में भी थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी कि LOD1 जो था तो मुझे मतलब इजी टू मॉडरेट जा रहा था, लेकिन जब मैंने LOD लेवल 2 के क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट किए, सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट और लीनियर उसके क्वेश्चन किए था ना,
तो मुझे इनिशियली डिफिकल्टी लगेगा उसको. तुम पहले जितना भी मतलब देखो, जब खुद से सॉल्व करना स्टार्ट करते हो, सेल्फ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग करते हो, तो किसी का भी 100% सॉल्व नहीं हुआ फर्स्ट राउंड में, किसी का 30% होगा, किसी का 70% होगा, किसी का 90% होगा. You have to accept that fact, and then you have to come back and keep doing more and more this thing. Suppose LR में तुमने 300 क्वेश्चन ट्राई किए फर्स्ट राउंड में, 300 सेट, और तुम्हारे 200 सेट बने, 100 सेट नहीं बने. तो every set will have improved your ability to solve questions. हर सेट तुम्हारा ability improve किया है सेट्स क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने का, तो जब तुम वापस जाओगे उन 100 क्वेश्चन पे जो सॉल्व नहीं हुआ तुमसे, सेकंड टाइम सॉल्व करोगे तो तुम 200 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर चुके हो, तो तुम्हारा स्किल लेवल सुधर गया होगा. तो जब तुम फिर से ट्राई करोगे तो you will get much better outcomes in the same questions. So you have to go through 2-3 rounds to get to 90-95% questions solved. और 90-95% क्वेश्चन जब सॉल्व हो जाएंगे तुम्हारे, तब जाके तुम once you have finished 90-95% questions, तब जाके तुम बाकी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो. Till that, don't take help in those questions. So when you are starting your preparation, if you are using my book as a self problem solving question bank, so then you say, okay, this is what I'm doing myself. I'm not going to look at it unless I reach 90% solved of the question. I'm not going to ask. 90% solved, 95% solved means every 20 sets में तुम एक set पूछ सकते हो, right? Otherwise, the other 19 sets you are going to do yourself. तो उसमें अगर 3 राउंड चाहिए, 4 राउंड चाहिए, that is a process. नहीं तो एग्जाम में जाओगे, then you look for help and you will not get any help in the exam. ठीक है? So that's the process. तो ये process को follow करो. चेतन आपको हाँ नहीं बोलो.
हेलो
चेतन, प्रकाश, कुलदीप, आतिश, हाँ बोलो.
सर मैं अभी फाइनल ईयर का स्टूडेंट हूँ, तो सर ये मेरा प्रॉब्लम इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन से है सर. जैसे बहुत सारे सर इस बार मेरे को कॉल आया काफ़ी सारे आयम्स का, तो मैंने कैप का तो दे दिया, लेकिन मेरा आयम्स लॉन्ग का कॉल है. तो सर उसमें एक्सटेम्परी राउंड होता है, एक्सटेम्परी का. तो सर जैसे एक्सटेम्परी में कभी कभी दिक्कत ये हो जाता है कि टॉपिक के बारे में जब बहुत अच्छा से नहीं पता होता, तो सर उसको डील कैसे करते हैं सर एक्सटेम्परी को? क्योंकि फिर अगर एक्सटेम्परी अच्छा नहीं किया तो फिर पूरा इंटरव्यू एक तरह से कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन हो जाता है, मोरल डाउन हो जाता है. सर उसको कैसे मतलब आगे ले आ सकते हैं?
अपना अवेयरनेस सुधारना पड़ेगा इश्यूज के बारे में दुनिया के. सिंपल आंसर
मतलब जैसे तो सर जैसे अगर कोई टॉपिक आया, उस टॉपिक के बारे में मेरे को उतना अच्छा से नहीं पता, तो सर उसको डील कैसे करेंगे उस टाइम पे एट द मोमेंट?
अभी तुम अगले साल इंटरव्यू के लिए जाओगे, 1 साल है ना तुम्हारे पास?
नहीं सर, इस साल मतलब इस साल मेरे को कॉल आया, मतलब इस अभी अप्रैल में ही मेरा इंटरव्यू है. मतलब
देखो, अवेयरनेस सुधारने का जो प्रोसेस है ना, वो 2 महीने का नहीं होता है, 15 दिन का नहीं होता है कि आज शुरू किया और 15 दिन बाद कोई एक्सटेम्पोर आएगा तुम्हारे को आ जाएगा. और अगर एक्सटेम्पोर टॉपिक है और ऑब्वियसली तुमको उसके बारे में नहीं पता है, तो कैसे बोलोगे उसके बारे में? नोबडी कैन
सर
स्पीक.
मतलब मैं रेगुलर एडिटोरियल पढ़ता हूँ मतलब हिंदू का, तो सर वो इनफ होगा मतलब सर उसको डील करने का?
15 दिन में नहीं.
नहीं 15 दिन, मैं पिछले 4 या 5 मंथ से पढ़ रहा हूँ.
वो भी ये देखो, अवेयरनेस बढ़ाने का प्रोसेस जो है ना, वो 1-2 साल का रहता है. इफ यू हैव नॉट बीन रीडिंग बिफोर दैट, तो 1-2 साल का टाइम फ्रेम लगता है to raise awareness about various things. You have to read a lot of articles, magazines, etc. और वो typically in your CAT preparation journey, it should be part of your English preparation also, right?
Okay,
तो अभी तुम क्या कर सकते हो कि तुम थोड़ा सा शॉर्टकट अगर प्रिपेयर करना है तुमको एक्सटेम्पोर के लिए, तो थोड़ा सा लास्ट ईयर के टॉपिक्स देख लो, उन सब टॉपिक्स को देख लो क्या बोलना चाहिए इसमें. You do that. शॉर्टकट प्रोसेस वही है. अगर तुमको नेट वाइड फेंक के पता कब ये सिचुएशन क्रिएट करना है कि कुछ भी पूछते मैं बोल दूंगा, तो उसके लिए तो अवेयरनेस बढ़ाने के अलावा कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है हमारे पास.
ओके सर. और सर जैसे एक और कॉलेज के रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम था सर. जैसे
कि दिसंबर में पढ़ना शुरू किया और अप्रैल में एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कि तुम्हारा अवेयरनेस बढ़ जाएगा. इट वोंट हैपन.
सर कॉलेज रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम सर, जैसे आई एम शिलोंग्स का ब्लैकी के कंपैरिजन में, मतलब सर अगर कन्वर्ट करता हूँ तो मगर मैं 1 साल चांस ले सकता हूँ ऊपर के लिए जाने के लिए, या फिर मतलब एडमिशन ऐसा टाइप का, मतलब मेरे को मतलब कॉलेज का प्रॉब्लम था सर. सर
देखो, इसमें कोई राइट रॉन्ग आंसर नहीं होता है, राइट? कि कौन सा कॉलेज तुम सेलेक्ट कर रहे हो नहीं कर रहे हो. तो किसी के लिए IIM बोधगया ज्वाइन करना एकदम सही होगा, किसी के लिए IIM लखनऊ ज्वाइन करना गलत होगा. So that's a very personal decision you have to take based on your belief कि तुम इससे बेटर जा सकते हो कि नहीं. जैसे when I was preparing, मैंने अपने आप को बोला था कि ABC, अहमदाबाद, बैंगलोर, कलकत्ता, nothing else. I'll go to one of these institutes. इसमें नहीं होगा तो CAT 5 बार देना होगा, 10 बार देना होगा, दूंगा, लेकिन मैं वहीं जाऊंगा. I had taken that approach to me. but everybody, I could see that I was cracking CAT easily. So everybody does not have that or does not have that assurance of cracking the exam. So you have to try to see what is good for you and what works for you, right? And you look at it as three filters. One filter is which college you join. The second filter is how you do in the college. So if you go to IIM Bodh Gaya or IIM Jammu and you are a topper there, you will have a better placement than IIM Ahmedabad ka average student. So you have to remember that part also. And then it also depends. The third code of call is when you go to your corporate this thing, how do you perform in your corporate in your career? जब तुम अपना काम करना शुरू करोगे तो वहाँ पे perform कैसे कर रहे हो? So even if you go to a slightly lower institute now, but you do better in the second and third phase. That means your academics you do better, and your job you do better, and your career you do better. So 5 years, 7 years down the line, you will be in a better position than a lot of people who went to Ahmedabad or better colleges than you. That is one factor to it. Second factor is if you are this thing on कि मेरे को अहमदाबाद बैंगलोर ही जाना है, अभी तुमसे नहीं हो रहा है, तो 4 साल बाद 5 साल बाद एग्जीक्यूटिव कर लेना वहाँ से. अभी एक जो करंट स्टेटस है करियर का, वहाँ से आगे मूव करो. That's also correct. So these are options that I can only tell you options. The decision is yours because you have to live with the decision.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and there are no wrong answers in this. Everything is right.
Okay,
Joining a BHU for an MBA is also right if you can make it right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. ठीक है. Next, Chetan, Kuldeep, Pratyush, Atish, which of you wants to come in?
Sir, can I?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So my good evening, sir. My doubt is that since there are like 3 months remaining for the MBA session to begin, which is likely to begin in the month of July or August, I think what is the best way to utilize this period of 3 months? Because I'm a fresher, I took a gap year, I did not have a job while I was preparing. So right now I'm this looks like a time of uncertainty while I'm waiting for B school results, as most of my interviews are over by now. So I wanted to have some insight about how could I best use this time before my academic session begins.
Good. Which college are you expecting to go?
So my best call is IIM Kozhikode LSM program, but except for that, IIM Shillong PGP is my best call in terms of the flagship program.
Okay. Good. So ठीक है. You're going to a decent level college. That means, है ना? MDI भी दियोगे, MDI, IMI and all those. नहीं?
Yeah, right.
So good question. In fact, are you a BCom student or a different? What is your background?
So I took I do the BA course with 3 subjects: English, economics, and psychology.
So one thing I think a lot of people face a difficulty in when they join BCom when they join MBA. A lot of people face difficulty in accounts and all, accounting and all in the first semester. And first 3 months, there's a lot of accounting that you have to do. So one thing you should definitely do is if you're getting into a B school in 3 months time, accounting kar lo, because you'll struggle there and that will also create an imbalance in the other subjects. So that's one thing you should do. And the other thing you should also maybe do is study all the subjects of the first two trimesters beforehand. Understand what books they'll teach, और अपने सीनियर से बात करके इन्फॉर्मेशन ले लो, उसको पढ़ लो, या तो बुक से पढ़ लो या फिर कुछ कोर्सेज कर लो उसके अराउंड. You can do that. You can find out which are the challenging. Accounting will be definitely challenging for anybody who does not know accounts. बीकॉम वालों के लिए इजी रहता है, लेकिन बाकी लोगों के लिए काफी डिफिकल्ट होता है. और बाकी फिर मार्केटिंग एंड ऑल तो ठीक है, वहाँ कर सकते हो, बट देन देयर आर अदर सब्जेक्ट्स आल्सो लाइक इकोनॉमिक्स, मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स. उन सब्जेक्ट जो फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में पढ़ाया जाता है, उन सब्जेक्ट्स को पिक अप करके यू कैन प्लान.
Right, sir. There is one more thing I wanted to know. So when we open a placement report of any B school, so there is there is they of course tell you the median package or the average package, and then they mention about top 20, top 50 this thing. So this top 20, top 50 is basically are they talking about top 20 rankers, top 20% rank in terms of the academic ranking of the classroom, or they are talking about in terms of numerical positioning, like in ascending order?
Top 20 what? Top 20 placements they are talking about?
So whenever we open a B school placement report, there is, of course, they talk about, they give the mean placement, the median placement, and they also talk about the average, the placement of how much the top 20% or top 50% of this thing.
We are talking about placement
I mean,
statistics.
okay.
We are
So
talking
this is
about what
nothing
the
to do
top
with.
20%. No, not with academics. But typically, there will be a strong correlation between good academics and good salaries at the B
Right,
school.
sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Chalo. So, who all are done? These guys can leave. I can take other people onto the chat. And those of you who still want to join, this is the link. Although I'm running out of time now, I'm just sharing the link again. For those of you who want to come into this thing, Chetan, Atish, Pratyush, Sonakshi.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, hi Pratyush.
सर मुझे क्वेश्चन था कि मुझे स्टैमरिंग का प्रॉब्लम है तो इंटरव्यू में किस हद तक मुझे अफेक्ट हो सकता है मतलब इसकी वजह से मेरे चांसेस कितने लो हो सकते हैं इसकी वजह से
अभी जितना है तुम्हारा उतना अगर है तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, डोंट वरी, they'll give you enough time to speak in the interview, specifically if you tell them that you have that problem. ज़्यादा नर्वस मत होना, ज़्यादा नर्वस हो गए तो it gets more aggravated stammering, so don't worry too much about it. Put at the back of your mind and then go there.
Yes sir, thank you sir.
Okay, thanks. Pratyush, Chetan, Sonakshi.
Yeah, hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, Pratyush.
Sir, actually, sir, I have graduated in November 2020. And sir, now I'll be appearing for CAT 2022. So, sir, I have 2 gap year. So, sir, will it affect my chances of selection?
They'll ask you. There are 2 parts in which it affects you. One is it affects you if you're not working. Then people who have been working and passed out with you, they will be getting some marks for work experience. So one is that, and second way it will affect you will be in the interview. They'll ask you what were you doing. So you have to be able to justify what you are doing.
So actually, sir, I was preparing for
justify anything else. So what you are doing is going to be critical, and how you can defend it.
Sir, actually, sir, I was preparing for other exams or government exams during that period.
That will not be a defense. That will be taken.
Sir, and
you have to
develop
your reading or something, reading.
And sir, actually, sir, I did some internships as well in that period.
Internships will also not count. Internships are not taken very seriously at right.
So, sir, exactly what should I do then to build my profile?
Develop a passion. There's a YouTube video where I've talked about profile building, and maybe I'll bring up a video. We are now going to have a 8 p.m. release of videos. CAT videos will release at 8 p.m. IP Maths CUSET videos will release at 6 p.m. Every day, whenever we are ready with a video or we want to release a video. So we are studying up a time. So based on feedback from a lot of our subscribers, please do recommend the channel and please do subscribe if you have not subscribed. So yeah, so who else next? Sonakshi, you want to speak?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Question.
Hello.
Sonakshi,
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
सर आई एम फ्रॉम वेस्ट बंगाल एंड करंटली मैं अपनी ग्रेजुएशन कर रही हूँ जियोलॉजी से और मेरा पास्ट एकेडमिक रिकॉर्ड से 86% इन 10th and 81% in 12th and my last I am in my end same and my past same 9 point CGPA है almost.
ठीक है, चलो।
तो सर मैं क्या टॉप जो IIM ब्लैक की जो होता है मैं क्या उसमें अगर सर हाँ सर मेरा क्वांट सेक्शन थोड़ा वीक तो मैं क्या उसमें
वीक है तो उसको स्ट्रांग कर लो।
तो सर मैं क्या वो IIM में चांस मिल सकता है अगर मैं कोशिश करूं क्योंकि मैं CAT 23 में अपीयर होना चाहूंगी और
मिल सकता है योर प्रोफाइल अहमदाबाद में 80% अगर नहीं है तुम्हारा 10th 12th में तो दे डोंट टेक इट otherwise you can break through.
ओके सर और मेरा जियोलॉजी बैकग्राउंड क्या इफेक्ट करेगा बाद में मतलब
इफेक्ट नहीं करेगा
और सर मैं बहुत लोकल कॉलेज तो अच्छी कॉलेज भी नहीं है मेरा तो POR सेक्शन इज वेरी वीक
उसको ठीक करो, जो लोकल कॉलेज है तो कुछ पैशन बिल्ड करो ताकि तुम्हारा प्रोफाइल इज नॉट जस्ट डिपेंड ऑन योर कॉलेज.
Okay,
ठीक है.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Jay is asking what are my views on gym. Gym is a good institute. Just it's gone down because there are so many new AMs and baby AMs which have come up. मैं तो टॉप AMs के बाद MDI के नीचे just below आता था वो एक पॉइंट पे. Right. So Sonashi तुम्हारा घर हो गया. You can drop Ritu, Pragati, Nidhi. Got a girl dominated group now. Sankha.
Hello.
हाँ बोलो. Ritu, you can speak.
Hello, sir.
Nidhi बोलो.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Sir, basically now I'm starting my preparation, but I'm not getting like from where should I start my LRDI preparation because there is many. I'm in dilemma. Like, should I go for logical reasoning first or data interpretation first?
You can do both
So,
simultaneously. You can do both simultaneously. Just keep a 20 sets per week का challenge. And DRLR जब करते हो तो there is assisted problem solving and there's self problem solving. There are two things you do. So you try to focus on 20 sets of DI and 20 sets of LR every week from now. Because अब I mean if people are starting in January, December, January, I would tell them कि पहले LR कर दो 2 महीने, फिर DI करो. अब वो time नहीं रहा तुम्हारे पास. Because of the fact that you will have to start your mock test by June or July latest.
so now I should do basic preparation. Then I should go for difficulty level.
Yeah. Assisted problem solving and self problem solving. Mix that and try to get to at least 200 sets solved on DI and 200 sets solved on LR. But DLR में
Okay,
कोई
sir.
portion नहीं होता है. So don't try to create portion in that. LR में question types होते हैं, but you will ultimately mix LR and mix DI also. DI में तो कोई भी portion नहीं होता है. So don't look
Okay,
for
sir.
portion.
Thank you.
ठीक है, thanks. Right, so I'm taking my last group of people. Chetan.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Shankar, tell me.
Good evening, sir. Sir, can you tell me what are the things I should learn before I going to B school? As I am in science background, so I don't have maximum many knowledge about economics, accountancy, etc., etc.
I answered that question to somebody. If you're joining B school in next 3 months, then accounts पढ़ लो थोड़ा सा और economics पढ़ लो. दो subject थोड़े difficult होते हैं for people who have not studied those, and specifically because there are a lot of people who have studied those and come to the B school, so they find it very easy. So people who have not studied those, engineers and BA or BSc students should do these subjects before going to the B school.
Okay, sir. And sir, can you give some tips about VARC section as this section is just struggling on this section?
VRC में तुम्हारा comprehension कैसा है उस पर depend करेगा सब कुछ. Are you able to understand difficult sentences from complex with complex language on unknown topics? So ये 3 part का है. So VRC के लिए you can head over. There are a lot of videos we have created and we are getting the channel also organized. We saw that we have actually worked out that there is a lot of content on the channel which is not very structured in terms of the availability to the viewers. So we are actually going to come in and make playlists. So next 2 weeks, my channel should be completely restructured. All the videos which are no longer relevant we are moving them to private, and we're just going to keep the important videos for you so that you don't end up wasting time on the channel. So there are a lot of videos on VRC, and we're going to do more videos on VRC also. One group I'll suggest, one set of videos I'll suggest is CAT preparation of March. वो हम लोगों ने last month किया था, तो उसको भी देख सकते हो.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah.
So actually, I am from SCMS Nagpur, Symbiosis Nagpur, second year. So actually, my question was regarding time management and not exactly how to prepare for CAT. So basically, if I talk about the college, so college to 9 to 5 almost रहता है, and then after that, if I take 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours daily for CAT prep, I think 2.5 hours or 3 hours remains. So अगर मैं उसको एक side hustle के लिए रखूँ, like that side hustle can be anything, let it be internship or some YouTube or something that I want to do. So basically, how to manage such a rigorous schedule? क्योंकि वैसे ही IIMs ब्लैकी में भी होता है, like you are an IIMB alumnus, so you know how rigorous the curriculum is. So like how to manage such hectic work hours, and after that, if I want to go into IB or consulting, so
If you are going to
like
measure time for everything, it will not work. You have to measure the work you have to do. You have to define a target for the week कि इस week में आपको कितना task कौन से रोल में अचीव करना है और उसके हिसाब से तो अपना टारगेट बनाओ हर चीज का. And there should be a balance between all your objectives in life on a weekly basis. अगर तुम टाइम मैनेजमेंट करने की कोशिश करोगे कि 9 से 5 ये कर रहा हूँ और 5 से 8 वो कर रहा हूँ, तो it doesn't work that way. It has to be कि मेरे को आज ये काम खत्म करना है. It has to be work orientation. So move out of time orientation, move into work orientation in your thinking. ठीक है?
Okay sir, thank you.
Hope I answered your
Good
question.
evening.
Those
Good
who
evening, sir.
finished can just leave the studio because other people are trying to enter and they are not able to enter. There are too many people waiting. So जिनका जितना होता जाए, please move out. हाँ, चेतन बोल.
गुड इवनिंग सर. सर मेरा ग्रेजुएशन 2020 में कंप्लीट हुआ है. मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि 20 में कंप्लीट हुआ है, मेरा 2 साल का गैप होगा ये साल पकड़ के. तो उसमें प्लेसमेंट में या फिर एडमिशन ले जाओ तो मेरे क्या क्या दिक्कत आ सकती है और उसमें कैसे ओवरकम कर सकता हूँ ये पूछना.
अगर 2 साल जॉब हो गया तुम्हारा तो पॉजिटिव, दिक्कत क्यों आएगी? डोंट थिंक नेगेटिव. कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी. किस तरह का जॉब कर रहे हो तुम? What kind of job are you doing?
सॉरी सर, जॉब नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं, गैप हो गया सर. 2 ईयर का गैप है सर.
तुम बोले जॉब के?
नहीं, जॉब नहीं है सर, 2 साल का गैप है 20 से.
हाँ, तब फिर तुमको जस्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा क्या कर रहे हो.
जस्टिफाई. ओके सर, थैंक यू.
तो एकेडमिक कोर्स ज्वाइन करो. Those are the options. Right? Pragati, Ritu, you're back again. Nitin, तुम बोलो. Nitin, you have been in the same group.
Hello.
हाँ, नितिन बोलो.
Good afternoon. Good evening, sir. I'm actually in a bit of an issue. I graduated in 21, October, November. So my results got delayed a bit because of COVID. And I didn't sit for placements for particular reasons. And the reason was that I was in the outside group because I had some backlogs. So I decided to clear them and not sit for placements. And now I've been sitting at home for the past 2 months. I didn't have a job. However, I'm applying for TCS, Infosys, etc., etc. So I'm a BTech graduate, and it's been 4 months, and I'm really confused as to where I should head in my life, because I didn't like coding a lot, and neither did I like the branch that I studied. And the only way I thought I would be able to compensate for the past 4 years that I wasted, I thought the only way would be to get into a good B school, because the college that I was previously in was a tier 2 or tier 3 college, an engineering college. I haven't started my preparation for CAT, but I'm really confused if I should get into, or if I should get into this CAT thing and do a job simultaneously, or should I find a career in tech first and then forget this CAT thing altogether for a couple of years.
Because you'll have 3 months of experience that will not count. Anyway, it is anything less than 6 months is anyway taken as zero. उसमें ना तुमको वर्कएक्स का वैल्यू मिलेगा ना तुमको इंटरव्यू का एडवांटेज मिलेगा. So I would suggest कि since you have not picked up a job till now, तो अभी जॉब खोज करने का फायदा नहीं. Just go ahead and do your preparation well and try to get a good percentile in CAT. That would be my suggestion right now. And pick up a job around October, November, so that when you go for the interview, you can say that I've been working for the last 5 months. That should be your idea.
And what if I'm able to manage to get an experience certificate for the past 4 months that I've lost? Does that sound like, yeah, right, past 4 months.
What kind of experience certificate will you create?
Any kind of experience certificate regarding job that I've worked here. I mean, I wouldn't lie, it would be fake, but I try to justify it, I'll prepare for it beforehand.
What kind of
IT? I'm assuming it should be IT.
Because sometimes it is not believable. If you say that I was working in a cement dealership, the engineering graduate from whichever college you are does not work in a cement dealership.
No, what I said was I would be able to.
that makes sense.
All right, something related to my engineering stream or IT, right?
Yeah, something that is believable.
Something that's believable. But the issue is that, I'm not sure if I'd be able to crack it in the very first time. And then if I take a gap year, and if I'm not able to crack it in the very first time, then I don't know, where I would stand after a year with the gap without any skills.
Yourself 4 months more and pick up a job after September, October.
Okay,
Just
sir.
give yourself 4-5 months more to prepare. Don't take
Okay.
a full gap.
Okay, sir.
I'm not saying you keep idle for the next 1 year. Right?
Okay, understood.
What
Thank you.
my answer was that till July, if you work for 3 months, and anyway, as you're saying, you can create a fake work experience, and it can stand the test of scrutiny that they will create. Because fake work experience now is not just at the B school entrance, but every time you go into any corporate and you shift jobs, there'll be a reference check right from the first job that you have shown. So you have to take whatever certificate you're taking, that person or that company has to be ready to back you up for the next 30 years. Because अगर किसी भी point पे तुम्हारा career में ये दिख गया कि तुमने एक जगह fake लगाया था, तो पता चला आगे चल के तुम किसी company का CEO बन रहे हो and somebody complains against you, and then just because of that 4 months, this thing, your whole career goes haywire. So that you don't want that to happen. So you have to be very sure about putting anything fake on a profile. And if you're putting something fake, then put it for 8-9 months. Why only 4 months? ठीक है?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Nitin. Thanks. Chetan, Pragati, Anushka.
Yes, sir.
So
I am a BCom graduate student and I'm preparing for APA entrance exam. So I live in Maharashtra, so that's why I'm targeting mainly CET and CMAT exam. I am preparing since 5 months for this entrance exam. But the problem is whenever I sit for mock exam, I'm not able to solve quant section.
That's because under pressure, your solving ability reduces.
Because I have learned all the concepts, but somewhere I feel like I have not completely thoroughly
Your reactions are not reactive, so you need to do one more round of everything. At least 1 to 2 rounds more, I recommend it.
1 to 2 rounds.
More of the quant syllabus.
Okay.
अभी क्या हो रहा होगा, जो क्वेश्चन तुम जानती भी हो एग्जाम में नहीं याद आ रहा होगा उसको,
हाँ.
बाद में तुमको समझ में आता होगा इसको ऐसे करना था.
Yes, sir, because concepts.
Clear indication that you need 1 or 2 more rounds of the whole chapters.
Oh, you mean revision? Okay, so also can I give CET this year? Like, should I able to crack this exam this year for JBI?
CET के लिए 4 महीने से ज़्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होता, 3-4 महीने.
बट अगर मैंने ज्यादा हार्ड वर्क किया तो JBI में मेरा क्रैक हो सकता है. अभी अगर मेरी SC लेवल
स्कोर अगर ला सकते हो तो क्रैक हो सकता है. स्कोर नहीं लाओगे तो नहीं क्रैक होगा. ऐसा सिंपल है.
बट मतलब सर
मॉक टेस्ट से कोरिलेट करना पड़ेगा कि मॉक टेस्ट में तुमको कितना स्कोर आ रहा है.
ओके सो बट मतलब कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लैरिटी कैसे लाए, वो एक मेन प्रॉब्लम है क्वांट्स में बेसिकली. बाकी सब तो
Quants for multiple rounds होता है. That is what I told in the earlier part of the session also. Quants एक round में नहीं होता. You can't expect that you will beat people who are qualifying for Bajaj by doing quants. And if you're weak at quants, तुम एक बार पढ़ लो एक हफ्ते के लिए एक chapter. Your solving skills will not be equal to somebody who is the topper of that exam.
Yes.
So you have to study 4-5 times before you can come close to those people.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So subsequent round, first round takes the maximum time. Second round, third round take less time.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes.
Pragati, your question?
सर मेरा 2017 में मैंने BA किया है और तब से मेरा गैप ईयर है. मैंने कुछ बैंकिंग के एग्जाम्स दिए थे पर कुछ क्रैक हुआ नहीं. और मतलब मुझे MBA के बारे में कुछ आइडिया था नहीं. MBA मतलब कैट वगैरह. अभी थोड़े टाइम पहले ही मुझे MBA के बारे में पता चला, तो मैंने ट्राई करना स्टार्ट किया है. तो गैप ईयर है तो मैं कैसे उसे जस्टिफाई करूं? क्या?
कितना साल गैप ईयर है?
शायद 5 होगा. 5 साल होगा.
क्या एक्सप्लेनेशन तुम्हारा, क्या कर रहे थे?
मतलब मैंने कुछ बैंकिंग के या रेलवे के एग्जाम्स दिए पर वो कुछ हुआ नहीं और मुझे एमबीए के बारे में ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग कुछ आइडिया था नहीं, मतलब इतना करियर गाइडेंस था नहीं।
तो अब कुछ कर नहीं सकते उसके बारे में, जो अभी ये बोल रहा था कि वर्क एक्सपीरियंस दिखा दो, अगर मिलता है कहीं से तो वो दिखा सकते हो, काम कर रहे थे 2-3 साल का दिखा दो किसी
सर
एनजीओ में
कहाँ
काम
से?
कर रहे थे उस तरह से, तो तुमको ऑर्गेनाइज करना पड़ेगा किसी, बहुत बहुत लोग करते हैं उस तरह से, यू कैन डू दैट, बट देन इट हैज टू बी समथिंग वेयर यू एक्चुअली वर्क, तो ऐसा कि नहीं होना चाहिए कि बिना काम किए हुए 2 साल का एक्सपीरियंस दिखा, कोई स्कूल में पढ़ा लो, कुछ कर लो, फिर कुछ काम कर सकते हो, एक्सटेंड इट टू 4 years।
और सर मेरा दूसरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि सर कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं रहती है स्टडीज में।
कंसिस्टेंसी लानी पड़ेगी, देयर इज नो ऑप्शन, कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं रहेगी तो फिर देन दैट्स वन ऑफ द रीजंस व्हाई यू आर नॉट क्वालिफाइंग, कंसिस्टेंसी लानी पड़ेगी, कंसिस्टेंसी के लिए मतलब यू हैव टू, देयर इज समथिंग आई टेल एवरीबॉडी, यू हैव टू लर्न हाउ टू डू वन गुड डे, एक अच्छा दिन कैसे बिताया जाता है वो सीखना पड़ेगा,
हाँ।
learn how to do that, then you can multiply that with 100, 50, 100, 200, 300 अच्छे दिन करोगे तो तुम्हारा आउटकम लाइफ में आने लगेगा, ठीक है, तो
सर
इसलिए
मेरे
पहले एक
एकेड्स
उसको दिखाना पड़ेगा, उसको
सर
सीखना पड़ेगा।
एकेड्स में ओके सर एकेडमिक्स भी कम है, तो कौन से कॉलेज टारगेट्स करने चाहिए हैंड्स में?
अभी टारगेट वारगेट मत करो कुछ, पहले तुम अपना एग्जाम तो ठीक से दो और परसेंटाइल जो आएगा उसके बाद जो कॉल्स आएंगे उसके बाद टारगेट करो।
ओके थैंक यू सर।
अच्छा परसेंटाइल होगी तो कॉल्स आएंगे अच्छे खासे,
ओके
ठीक है, चलो लास्ट फ्यू क्वेश्चंस, गणेश।
Hello.
Yeah, Ganesh, tell
Hello.
me.
So, is there a 10th and 12th percentage matter in the CAT?
Yeah, for calls at various B schools, there's some weightage for that.
Weightage. So, I have graduated in BA in economics, BA in economy. What should I do before get into any B school admission? What should I do? Portfolio bidding.
Build a couple of passions. एक दो passion build करो. एक दो subject को उठाओ जिसमें तुमको passion है. उस subject के बारे में तो then you should know more than even the interviewer knows. Deep knowledge.
So what type of experience needed in the B school? Is it mandatory?
No, it's not mandatory.
Not mandatory. So I'm passed out in 2021. I have one year gap on. I'm also preparing MHCT and CMET exam. But I also backup plan other.
MHCT will get through.
Hmm.
MHCT में स्कोर ले आओगे तो तुम्हारा अपने आप हो जाएगा, उसमें तो प्रोफाइल देखते भी नहीं।
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm also planning to preparing with government job exam. Is it difficult for me?
No, you can do that. You can do both.
Yes, sir. I'm also preparing.
Government job का और इसका syllabus almost same है, especially aptitude का syllabus.
Yeah, I have UPSC, sir. I'm UPSC aspirant. I'm also planning to give MBA entrance exam.
UPSC plus MBA करना थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है एक साथ.
It is difficult, no, sir?
Yeah, it is difficult. Yes.
So what time? What hours?
UPSC का जब schedule आ रहा है, आगे पीछे schedule करना पड़ेगा उसको. ये 4 महीना MBA को दे रहा हूँ, फिर 6 महीना UPSC को दे रहा हूँ. उस तरह से करना पड़ेगा. लोग देते हैं. People get both.
Yeah, so yeah.
Syllabus is different.
So, but what hours is needed? मतलब कितना घंटे देना पड़ेगा सर?
घंटे से
MBA
आउटलाइन करो, काम खत्म करो. कैट में 5-4 क्वेश्चन पॉइंट्स में सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, 400-500 सेट डीएलआर का सॉल्व करना. एक एडवांटेज रीडिंग वर्क इन कैट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, सो दैट वोबल का काम थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा इंग्लिश.
Yes, sir.
So you don't need to read so much. So that will be one advantage.
Yes.
ठीक है. चलो. Vipul, your question.
Yes,
thank
you, sir.
Thanks, Ganesh. All the best.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Vipul, Vikund.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I'm in the final year of engineering, 2022. Sir, my 12th percentage is very, it's about 59.20%. it is affecting, and
You can't do anything
that's a
about it. क्या करोगे उसको? You
sir.
can't do anything about it.
Sir,
There'll
but
be some colleges which will not qualify. You'll just have to leave them out.
sir, if suppose if one can get about 99 percentile, तो सर कौन से कॉलेज मिल सकते हैं?
I am ABC के बाहर मिल सकते हैं colleges.
I am ABC के
बाहर, outside I am
बाहर।
ABC.
तो सर अभी मतलब फाइनल ईयर में तो सर अभी कर सकता हूँ सर माइंड वर्क के साथ अगर ऑफलाइन
हाँ,
कोचिंग?
माइंड वर्क्स ऑफलाइन हम लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, वी आर ऑनलाइन ओनली कंप्लीट।
तो
क्लासेस
सर
आर
इसका
कंटिन्यू।
मतलब कुछ प्लेसमेंट वगैरह पे इफेक्ट पड़ रहा है ना?
इसके 12th के कारण?
यस सर।
ये 20 को रिप्लेसमेंट में इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा। एक बार पहुंच जाओगे वहां पे तो वहां का एकेडमिक्स देखेंगे।
ओके सर, मतलब सर ऐसे जैसे आई हैव मतलब फोकस तो इसी पे कर रहा हूँ सर कि अगर सर मतलब 1 साल दे दें तो सर हो जाएगा?
हाँ, डेफिनेटली, व्हाई नॉट? सही सही से काम करना पड़ेगा, बट अदरवाइज यू कैन गेट।
ठीक सर, मैं आपको सर मतलब एकेडमिक अपना बताता हूँ सर। जैसे 10th का 95 है, 10 और सर 59.20 और बाकी सर 69 पॉइंट अभी चल रहा है 6 इसमें इंजीनियरिंग में फाइन।
10 12
यस
एग्रीगेट 80% के ऊपर है क्या?
एग्रीगेट मतलब सर 75 तक है, 60 80।
ग्रेजुएशन का इंजीनियरिंग है तो
यस सर।
ओके। नहीं तो फिर तुम आए अहमदाबाद के लिए एलिजिबल नहीं है। तो अहमदाबाद 80% 10 12 का एग्रीगेट।
तो सर 95 50 यस सर 70 तक है मेरा, 70
हाँ
तक है,
तो
70
नहीं
75।
अहमदाबाद का
तो सर
एलिजिबिलिटी नहीं है, बैंगलोर पे घुसना मुश्किल है।
सर बाकी सर हो सकता है जैसे IFT FMS MDI
आईएफटी तो वहां से जा सकते
MDI।
हैं। एमडीए हो सकता है।
ठीक है सर, मतलब अगर कोचिंग होगी सर ऑनलाइन ही होगी ना फिर?
हाँ, कोचिंग हम भी पूरे ऑनलाइन।
ठीक है सर, ठीक, थैंक यू।
ऑनलाइन एक्चुअली मच मच कन्वीनियंट है, बिकॉज़ हम लोग को जो पढ़ाना होता है वो हम लोग बाय टाइम पढ़ा देते हैं। Our course has
ठीक
more than 1500 hours of teaching, जबकि ऑफलाइन
सर।
6 महीने के कोर्स में 200 घंटे का टीचिंग।
सर इस बार भी सर कैट का तो सर हुआ ही नहीं, कुछ स्कोर ही नहीं आया सर।
तो कितना स्कोर है?
सर 24 पे घुसा हूँ सर, 2
24
साल की
मार्क्स।
प्रिपरेशन के बाद 24 परसेंटाइल।
कुछ गलत कर रहे हो प्रिपरेशन में, तभी ऐसा होगा।
सर मतलब 19 से सर स्टार्ट की थी बुक्स वगैरह सर आपकी थी ना, जो भी बुक्स थी।
देखो कैट में क्या है ना कि एक गलती बहुत लोग करते हैं कि सेल्फ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में एम्फेसिस नहीं देते। जब माइंडवर्क्स लोग ज्वाइन करते हैं तो पहला चीज सबको बताता हूँ कि तुम ज्वाइन कर रहे हो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि तुम प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग के तुम्हारा क्वेश्चन मेरे हो गए, मैं तुमको बता दूंगा।
नहीं
तो
सर,
कोई
मैंने
भी
सर मतलब बुक्स वगैरह सर आपकी की थी, मतलब जितनी हो सकी सर उतना कर पाया था। क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हुआ ही नहीं सर वो।
मेरी बात सुन लो पूरी। अगर कोई भी चैप्टर का 200-250 क्वेश्चन इंडिपेंडेंटली तुम सॉल्व कर लेते हो बुक से, उस क्वेश्चन उस चैप्टर का कोई भी क्वेश्चन अगले 10 साल तक तुम सॉल्व कर लोगे। जब तक तुम 250
ठीक है
क्वेश्चन
सर।
खुद नहीं करोगे और कंसिस्टेंसी के साथ करते रहोगे हमेशा,
सर
तब तक
आवाज़
तुम
नहीं सर
एग्जाम
आपकी आ रही
जाके
सर, ये
एग्जीक्यूट नहीं कर
सर इन माइक ऑन है सर इनका। हाँ सर,
हाँ,
क्या
तो
बोल रहे थे
मैं
आप?
जब तक
हाँ
200-250 क्वेश्चन हर चैप्टर का खुद से सॉल्व नहीं करोगे, तब तक तुम एग्जाम में जाके सॉल्व नहीं कर पाओगे।
ठीक सर, मतलब अगर प्लेसमेंट वगैरह पे भी सर इफेक्ट होगा ना सर अभी, अगर
क्या
सर
चीज
मैं
का?
सर इसका मतलब 12th के कारण?
नहीं, नॉट मच। प्लेसमेंट है, 20 को प्लेसमेंट करनी पड़ेगी।
नहीं सर, ऐसे मतलब बाकी जैसे IT कंपनीज वगैरह में
नहीं,
नहीं
वो
होगा सर?
तुम्हारे सिर्फ ग्रेजुएट सिर्फ वो एमबीए के बाद आएगा इसको।
ठीक सर, अभी पे होगा सर ऐसे इंजीनियरिंग में अभी जैसे कर रहा हूँ अभी सर
हाँ,
प्लेसमेंट के लिए?
इंजीनियरिंग में पता नहीं, इंजीनियरिंग का अपने कॉलेज में देख लो क्या हो रहा है, व्हाट आर दे लुकिंग
ठीक
एट
ठीक,
द
थैंक यू सर,
कॉलेजेस।
थैंक यू।
इंटरव्यू मेरे हिसाब से नहीं होता है ज्यादा फर्क।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
इंजीनियरिंग प्रेशर में भी 12th का मार्क्स उतना नहीं काउंट करता।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, चलो
ठीक है, थैंक यू सर।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
हाँ, मुकुंद बोल।
सर मेरा कंसर्न था कि मैं एक BSc केमिस्ट्री सेकेंड ईयर का स्टूडेंट हूँ और फाइनल ईयर में अपीयर होना चाह रहा हूँ, पर मेरा कॉलेज उतना बढ़िया नहीं है। ये एक लोकल कॉलेज से हूँ मैं।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, क्या दिक्कत है, हमारे कॉलेज को सेलेक्ट करने थोड़ी बैठे।
तो सर IM ABC, तो मेरा ये कंसर्न था कि IM ABC के लिए ये डिफिकल्ट रहेगा क्या, ये एक कंसर्न रहेगा?
नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
सर मेरा एकेड ठीक है, मेरा एकेड अच्छा है, डिसेंट है, तो मैं अगर एक अच्छा कैट परसेंटाइल स्कोर करता हूँ तो IM ABC को कन्वर्ट करने का चांस है?
हाँ एकदम पूरा, तुमको
ओके
सेलेक्ट
सर,
करने
थैंक
बैठा ना, और नहीं तो कॉलेज बोल देना चाहिए था, ये कॉलेज से तो मत करो, है ना?
यस सर।
अगर कॉलेज के बेसिस पे वो हटाना चाहते हैं तो
हाँ
पहले ही बता देना चाहिए उनको कि ये कॉलेज के लोग अप्लाई मत करें।
नो सर,
यू हैव अ चांस, तो इलेक्शन में ये सब नेगेटिव थॉट में मत घुसो।
ओके
ठीक
सर,
है,
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
थैंक्स। यू सृष्टि देव,
Yes, sir.
या मुकुंद,
So,
तुम्हारा हो गया, ड्रॉप आउट कर जाओ मुकुंद।
yes, sir. Shall I speak?
Yeah.
Sir, I'm in the final year of BBA honors. And I got a call from S&P Global. It's a Fortune 500 company. And so I got placed in it. And it's starting from July.
Right.
But I also want to give CAT 2022. So, shall I go ahead with S&P Global as well as prepare for CAT?
Yeah, I think you should go ahead. Although CAT 22 में फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा तुमको, लेकिन CAT 23, if you need to give CAT 23, तो it will help you a lot. So what you do is you got 3 months right now. So 3 months before you join, you give it your best shot for 3 months, and so that your preparation July onwards is just mock tests. There are 2 phases of CAT prep. One is the basic preparation, the other is a mock test. So mock test you'll be able to manage with your job.
Yes, sir. So currently, actually, they are calling me for training. So I have to spend like 2-3 hours for that. But then from July onwards, I'll have to work for 9 hours. So
जून के बाद एक बार situation देख लेना, then you take a call.
Okay, sir.
And so not a black and white decision कि join कर ही लेना चाहिए, कि छोड़ ही देना चाहिए. So it's something where it depends on how you're scoring in your mocks and how much of preparation you need to do further. And do you need that cushion of, because if you don't take up a job, what is the package you're getting in that S&P?
So I will be getting between 1 to 1.5 lakh as a fresher for now. But if I do my MBA in finance and then come back, then obviously the package will be better off. So I want to give CAT and I want to do MBA in finance.
Do you have an option of delaying the job to October maybe?
Yes, sir. I do have that option, but I think I'll have to be on board and I'll have to continue with the training then.
Delaying the job joining, then you do that.
Yes, I can delay the joining.
तो then delay the joining to October. October तक ऐसे भी preparation खत्म हो जाना चाहिए.
ठीक है sir, तो I'll delay the joining then. Yes.
Best way.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks. Right, who's next? Sanket, Bheru, Sayantani.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
हाँ संकेत बोलो।
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर मतलब मैं नवंबर से प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ लेकिन क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं होते सर, मतलब मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं हो रहे हैं मतलब।
तो तुम क्या मैथ्स की बात कर रहे हो?
हाँ क्वांटिटेटिव में एप्टीट्यूड।
दैट मींस तुम ओबेइंग इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं सीख पा रहे हो। हर चैप्टर में हर क्वेश्चन बताता है क्या करना है।
सर कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो रहा है लेकिन वो क्वेश्चन देखते ही मतलब वो समझ में नहीं आता क्या करना है, सो 3-4 ट्राई के बाद सॉल्व हो रहा है, नहीं तो सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है।
हाँ तो इंस्ट्रक्शन ओबे करना नहीं सीखे हो तो थोड़ा सा असिस्टेड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग चाहिए तुमको बीच में, बिफोर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर करने के और सेल्फ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग के बीच में असिस्टेड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग होता है, जहाँ पे तुमको कोई लगता है कि या तुम बुक से पढ़ते ही इस क्वेश्चन में ऐसे सोचना चाहिए, एंड देन यू गो बैक टू दैट क्वेश्चन एंड यू ट्राई टू सी क्या पढ़ के वो सोचना चाहिए, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट सेटिंग वन थिंग एंड राइट एट अ टाइम। मैथ्स में क्या है कि करीब 3000 रिएक्शंस का गेम है मैथ्स पूरा, सब मिला के 2-3 हजार रिएक्शंस है मैथ्स में। सो गेट दोस 3000 रिएक्शंस इन प्लेस, यू विल गेट बेटर। एक एक करके The journey is one reaction at a time. ठीक है?
ओके सर सर मेरा सेकंड क्वेश्चन था कि हाउ कैन आई इंक्रीज माय कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स सर.
Communication skills practice से improve करेगा. There are certain methods to do it. We'll do a series on communication skills improvement also on the channel. कुछ वीडियोस पहले भी डाले हम लोग ने, उसको भी देख सकते हो तुम लोग. Otherwise we'll do something new also soon. Communication skills में first part, to give you very briefly, first part is that the more you communicate, the better you will become at it. So अगर तुम्हारे पास communication में diffidence है या थोड़ा hesitation है तो उसको हटाना पड़ेगा. और स्पेसिफिकली आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ेगा किस पोजीशन में, किस सिचुएशन में तुमको दिक्कत होता है कम्युनिकेट करने में, और वह सिचुएशन तुमको सिचुएशन आड़े लेके कम्युनिकेट करना पड़ेगा.
सो बेसिकली सर मतलब न्यू पीपल के साथ होता है मोस्टली. हम सो इंट्रोवर्ट टाइप,
मल्टीपल पीपल के साथ एक बार में, वन टू मेनी, वन टू वन, ये सब डायमेंशंस होते हैं कम्युनिकेशन के. तो इन पे तुमको प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा और चैलेंजेस लेने पड़ेंगे. किसी क्लास में खड़े होकर बोल सकते हो कि नहीं, पुश योरसेल्फ टू स्पीक. और फियर जो होता है ना, यहाँ पे फियर रहता है गले में कि बोलूंगा तो कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, तो दैट हैज टू बी रिमूव्ड.
ओके सर,
ठीक है,
थैंक यू.
स्पेशली न्यू पीपल के साथ वो फियर रहता है, तो वो ओपन करना स्टार्ट करो. दुकान में जाते हो तो दुकान वाले से बात करो. अब तो कोविड खत्म हो रहा है, कम हो गया, तो उस तरह से ट्राई टू डू इट दैट वे. ठीक है,
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
Last 3 people I'm taking, Kriti and Jaya left. Apart from people on the group. Sanket, you can drop out.
Am I audible, sir?
Erupula.
Sir, the thing is, I started my preparation in January, and I feel stuck and lost sometimes when I sit for practicing quants, especially in quants, and it is affecting my preparation for other sections, that is DILR and ARC. Like I feel stuck, and I'm in the thought process where I think like I should spend more and more time in quants, and I'm unable to prepare for
How
other
much
sections.
have you done? You finished on the
Sir, in quants, I have completed arithmetic and algebra.
See, if you are weak at quants.
Yes, sir. Kind of an average student.
So if you're weak at quants, what you'll need to do is you'll need to do multiple rounds. I mean, basic logic that I've been talking about is 3 rounds is the minimum number of times that you have to cover the whole quants portion. अगर weak हो तो there might be chapters in which you might need to do 4-5 rounds of the chapter. So rounds में करते क्या है? The first round is on theory, the concepts, and some assisted problem solving, and then you move to the self problem solving. And subsequent rounds are all about self problem solving, maybe with a little bit more of assisted problem solving. That you'll have to judge whether you need more assisted problem solving in subsequent rounds. But essentially what happens, if you're weak at maths, in your first round of self problem solving, there will be a large percentage of questions which you can't solve. वो बार-बार तुम जब उसी क्वेश्चन पे सेकंड राउंड थर्ड राउंड में आओगे तो धीरे-धीरे निकलने लगेंगे. So that's what you have to be able to do.
Yes,
Here's the plan.
I'm clear with all the theories and the concepts, but there are
Theories
few
नहीं
types of
होता है.
questions. Yes, sir. And there are few types of questions where I get confused in the words. Like if there is a word problem, if I go through the question once, I feel like reading once more, and I'm unable to, conclude what the question is trying to say.
We have a lot of videos on those things there on the channel. You can look at this thing, maybe pick up how to this thing, or if you want this thing help, you can also join the Mindworks course. Usme though we have actually explained how do you read a particular sentence and how do you break a sentence into parts. Word-based problem में दिक्कत अगर होता है तो that is that you need to actually break down the language. बहुत बार क्या होता है कि लंबा अगर कुछ लिखा हुआ है तो समझने में दिक्कत होता है. तो breaking down the language will help you then in that case. ठीक है? So that's
Okay,
something.
thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Just make sure that you're doing multiple rounds.
Sure, sir. I'll be doing that.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening, sir. Sir, actually, my doubt is that I had graduated in 2017 from St. Xavier's College in BSc Mathematics. Thereafter, I was preparing for UPSC, and since my optional was law, I did a LLB degree as well from Delhi University. I had reached till the main stage, but after that, since I could not clear the personality round, so I was thinking to shift towards MBA. This year,
Right.
after my UPSC mains, I had also given the XGMT test because that was the only option available with me at that time. So, and I got a percentile around 96, and my interview also went fine. So, my question is, should I prepare? Because I did not try for the other colleges. So, should I prepare this year and give an attempt this year, or if I get an option to join XIMB, I should join it?
SGMT is which exam?
For XIMB specifically.
देखो एग्जाम भी तुमको नेक्स्ट ईयर भी मिल जाएगा with your kind of profile and your personality. I think exam you should be able to get next year also. So I
Okay,
would
sir.
think that you should give one good shot
Okay, sir.
to a good college to getting into the best possible college you can. The
Okay,
other
sir.
factor is in your case they'll ask you what you were doing for 5 years.
Yes,
So in
sir.
your case, I think it's best to own up that you were preparing for UPSC,
Yes, sir.
and you will have to argue with them that it was not a waste of time,
Yes, sir.
which it is not. The UPSC
Ye-
teaches you a lot of things when you prepare.
yes, sir.
You need
But
to
sir,
convince the company.
yes, sir. Actually, I got this LLB degree also, and I had worked with Byju's in the UPSC domain for a few months, and thereafter I had been into litigation at Calcutta High Court for a month or two. But because
So what's
litigation is a
nice is
very
that it's pretty decent. You can always talk about all these things. So it's pretty.
we
You got a
can.
pretty decent. You can talk.
So,
You
sir,
should try
age
to
will
get
not be a
those.
factor. So, age should not be a
No,
factor, and I should
should
be
not be a
giving a.
factor. No. इस साल तो नहीं रहेगा factor.
Okay, because as the crowd is on an average will be of 24 to 25 years, and I am above the average right now, so I was just a bit, anxious and
Being
worried
above
for that.
average is always good.
Okay, sir.
Right? Don't
Okay, sir.
bother. Don't bother.
Okay, sir.
Age is just a number. There are 35-year-old people outside this.
Okay, sir. Okay,
है ना?
so
ठीक है.
it's doable. It means. Thank you so
It's
much.
doable. Definitely doable. Give it your best shot. Put your
Okay,
head
thank
down.
you
Give
so
it your
much,
best
sir.
shot.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you, sir.
Thanks. Last few people. Anirudh, Jay, you're also there for a long time. You've been
Yes,
asking me a
yes.
lot of questions which I have not been able to answer because
Good evening, sir. Okay, first of
I've
all,
been
sir, thank
focused
you
on
for.
the people on the
Sir,
chat.
am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Sir,
First of all,
I'm from
thank you for you,
engineering
sir,
background
for having this session.
in architecture stream. Sir, I have given CAD.
Okay. So,
Who's speaking?
sir,
You can continue the question. Anirudh, we'll come back to you.
okay. First of all, sir, thank you for having this session. And secondly, sir, I can't believe that I'm sitting next to you, talking to you, reading from your books and clearing the cat. Secondly, sir, I want to ask, like, I've got a call from GIM, Goa. And I got other calls as well from some of the colleges from Symbiosis, SIDTM and SIBM Bangalore, and NMIMS Hyderabad and Indore. And I'm hoping for CMET as well. So actually, I'm a bit confused because as you know, that GIM fees is a bit on the higher side. And on the point of ROI point of view, so what should I do? Should I consider GIM or what are your views on it?
What are the other options?
I got a call from SI. Actually, there's a wait list in SIBM Bangalore at SIDTM, but I hope that it gets clear. And secondly, I got a call from SSBF. I'm inclined towards finance, and I got a call from NMIMS Hyderabad and Indore.
What are the fee difference between GIM and these colleges?
Actually, there is no much difference. There is 3 to 4 lakh of a difference between these colleges. But actually, but on the point of ROI point of view, I don't really being amazed by GIM. Secondly, I'm hoping for NIBM through CMET. So in comparison, NIBM and GIM, what you would suggest?
NIBM, National Banking Management, right?
Yes.
I think देखो college choice बहुत personal हो जाता है. For one person, I'll say NIBM चले जाओ. For another, I'll say GIM चले जाओ. For third guy, I'll say SIBM Hyderabad चले जाओ. So I think what you need to do is when it comes to the point where you have And this is for all of you. Once you come to the point where you are sitting with all your final calls, उस point पे you should try to think of here, okay, now, and you should try to take a little bit more information from the current students, because they are the best people to guide you. What is happening? What is the quality of the course? What is the quality of the placements? So it's best. We are also outsiders, so we can't keep track of every change that happens at every institute and every course through the year. So that's why it's best to reach the point where you've got final calls, and then decide based on the feedback that you get from the students there. Also,
Secondly, sir,
what you are looking from the B school.
okay. Secondly,
Right.
sir, I got a spot admission in GIM. If you've heard of, they also give the spot admissions. Secondly, I want to like ask, I am probably be financing my MBA by myself, so I will probably be taking a loan. So like from the loan point of view and the ROI combined, what you would suggest, as the fees of GIM is about 18 to 20, like it roughly about 22 around, and they claim as an average package of 11. So like what's your views on this?
See, the ROI is not a concern, because it is not something which you have to recover in 1 year. You will get a career out of any B school. So ROI is to be seen in that context, right? So ROI it tends to become infinity over a period of 20, 30 years if you have a good career. So don't bother too much about the first couple of years of placements. Ki first year kitna placement milega na. But how you grow from there is going to be important.
Okay, and so what all colleges would you suggest on the CMET, like apart from JBIMS, what should I go in like comparative to GIM?
I'm not sure. I don't have the list with me right now, so I will not be able to answer that question.
Okay.
You can select a few and you can ask me, then I'll be able to help you. अभी NIBM जैसे है, तुम बोल रहे थे NIBM is a good college, that much I know.
Okay, what about Great Lakes? Great Lakes and KG Somaya is comparative to.
They're all similar level. So if there is a 4 lakh advantage you going to Great Lakes over gym, you can go there. The gym does not have in terms of.
Okay, as I am not much confident on dropping a year, so what should I like? What call should I take? Should I take a gym or should I opt for dropping a year? Because I am not confident at this point of time that I'll achieve good marks in CAT. So how should I proceed?
Depends. Are you a final year student, or if you already sat for a couple of years, then you should move on.
Actually, I took a drop.
I have told this multiple times in the session today. There is no right and wrong answers. Okay. Don't try to get an answer from my side. This is what it is. For you, the answer will be different. For somebody else, the answer will be different. So it matters a lot in terms of how motivated you are to do. If you're going to go to gym and you're going to cry all the time, you're going to a bad college, then it's not worth it. But on the other hand, if you don't go and then you're sitting for CAT and you're very scared about CAT, then you're not motivated to do well. So then there's no point giving your time. So you have to find out. You have to sit with yourself and try to find out. That's the process. Sit with yourself and try to ask yourself from these options which looks the most attractive to me. And once you select that, then you have to go full up with it. You don't have to keep coming back to कि अच्छा उस Y junction पे ये किया होता तो better होता. Once you take a decision, follow up with a decision.
Okay. And so one last question: what is the life after MBA? Like I am probably choosing the finance. So what is the life in finance after the MBA?
First 15 years will be pretty tight. 15, 20 years, maybe 15 to 20 years of a career will be pretty tight. You'll have a lot of competition. You'll have a lot of work to do. But if your career pans out the right way, so by 40, 45, 20 years of working, you really typically the kind of salaries, etc., which are happening now, you don't need to work.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Really thankful for you.
Thanks.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Yashbol.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, it's our pleasure. आपने इतना मौका दिया.
हाँ बोलो.
ये सर क्वेश्चन ये था कि सर जिसमें आपकी बुक से सर क्वेश्चन लगाने बैठते हैं तो मतलब होता ही है सर, इतना टाइम लगता है तो होता ही है कि मतलब जैसे कि हम सोच के बैठे थे आज वर्बल भी करेंगे, थोड़ा वो करेंगे, तो क्या सारा टाइम वहीं ड्रिवन हो जाता है। मतलब प्रोडक्टिविटी देखते हो ना, मतलब टाइम इतना ज्यादा लग गया, आया बहुत कम निकल के, तो सर ऐसा हो रहा है। हेलो हेलो सर, आर यू एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू?
सॉरी, मेरा मेरा म्यूट हो गया था। सो व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग इज कि 10 मिनट का टाइम फ्रेम लगा लो किसी भी क्वेश्चन का। 10 मिनट में
अच्छा।
अगर नहीं सॉल्व हो रहा है और अगर 10 मिनट के बाद वो क्लियर रास्ता नहीं दिख रहा है तो क्वेश्चन को छोड़ के आगे बढ़ो। और फर्स्ट राउंड में जब तुम सेल्फ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग करोगे तो देयर विल बी अ परसेंटेज ऑफ क्वेश्चंस यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व and there will be a percentage
यस।
of questions you will not be able to solve. So accept that this will happen. This will happen to everybody. ठीक है?
ओके, थैंक यू सर। अब
Come back to
और
the
सर
second round and then try those questions again. तो second round में तुम
ओके सर।
देखोगे बहुत questions तुम्हारे निकल जाएंगे आराम से. This is the
और सर,
process.
अगला क्वेश्चन ये था कि सर जिसमें क्वेश्चन करने बैठते हैं आपकी बुक से, तो सर वो LOD 3 जो है, लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी थर्ड, सर वो तो सर इतना टिपिकल लगता है। हाँ तो सर केट के लिए उसको करना जरूरी है क्या, या लेवल 1 और सेकंड से ही हमारा हो जाएगा
One
काम?
or two से 99.5 परसेंटाइल तक पहुंच जाओगे. अगर उसके ऊपर जाना है तो लेवल 3 करना चाहिए.
हाँ तो
One or two.
मतलब इतना अगर जैसे कि हम पे टाइम कम है तो मतलब LOD 2 को ही अगर हम अच्छी तरह कर लें तो उसी से ही हो जाएगा केट।
Yeah, 99 परसेंटाइल के लिए तो LOD 2 के ऊपर नहीं चाहिए.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर। और लेकिन अगला क्वेश्चन और सर ये है कि सर अगर बाय चांस केट की सेटिस्फैक्ट्री परसेंटाइल नहीं आए तो जैसे कि अभी मैं थर्ड ईयर में हूँ, फ्रेशर हूँ, अगर 1 ईयर का ड्रॉप आउट लेते हो तो क्या सर ये आपके आगे के करियर पे ये इफेक्ट डालता है या ये जस्टिफाई है?
उस साल में अगर तुम कोई काम नहीं कर रहे हो, कोई जॉब नहीं ले रहे हो, तो कुछ पैशन बिल्ड करो ताकि तुम कुछ बता सको कि मैं क्या कर रहा था. ठीक है? कुछ भी
ओके
पैशन
सर।
बिल्ड करो, कोई सब्जेक्ट पढ़ो, कोई अच्छे से हिस्ट्री पढ़ो, ज्योग्राफी पढ़ो, इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ो, कुछ भी पढ़ो. डू समथिंग व्हिच विल ऐड वैल्यू टू यू.
और सर आपकी जो रीजनिंग की बुक है सर, जैसे कि आपने क्वांटम में बिल्कुल कॉन्सेप्ट बता रखा है, बिल्कुल थ्योरी होती है, तो उससे क्या थोड़ा विजुअलाइजेशन होता है कि मतलब आगे कैसे क्वेश्चंस को उठाते हैं। तो सर लेकिन आपकी जो रीजनिंग की बुक है सर, उसमें केवल आपने एबिलिटीज बता रखी है, फिर उसके बाद सीधा क्वेश्चंस आ जाते हैं। तो
रीजनिंग
सर
में कोई
ये सर बोलिए आप।
रीजनिंग में कोई चैप्टर नहीं होता है, इसलिए कोई थ्योरी नहीं रहेगा. रीजनिंग में
ओके
क्वेश्चन टाइप्स होता है, उसका थ्योरी नहीं बनता है. कोई फॉर्मूला नहीं होता रीजनिंग का. रीजनिंग और डीआई में पोर्शन मत खोजो, पोर्शन नहीं है उसमें. उसमें प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एक्सपीरियंस से ही सीखना होता है.
ओके ओके सर, थैंक यू
ये
सर।
सबसे बड़ी गलती करते हैं लोग प्रिपरेशन में.
हाँ
रीजनिंग लोग
हाँ।
ही पोर्शन मान के चलते हैं. अभी कुछ देर पहले एक स्टूडेंट था जो बोल रहा था कि 40 अरेंजमेंट सॉल्व किया. तो अरेंजमेंट कोई चैप्टर थोड़ी है. 20-25 सॉल्व करो, उसका समझ लो कि किस तरह क्लू लिखते हैं, उस क्लू का क्या मतलब होता है, उसके बाद मूव कर जाओ इनटू मिक्स सॉल्व.
जी सर, बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं। और सर जैसे कि आपकी
अच्छा परसेंटेज अच्छा नहीं है. रीजनिंग में ऐसा नहीं होता है कि सब पजल्स, हर तरह के पजल्स होते हैं. एवरीथिंग इज पजल्स इन रीजनिंग. वेन डायग्राम भी
ये
पजल है, नेटवर्क डायग्राम भी पजल है, गेम्स एंड टूर्नामेंट्स भी पजल है, और अरेंजमेंट भी पजल्स ही है. हर पजल का अपना तरह का राइटिंग होता है और अपना तरह का क्लू होता है. क्लू यूज करना सीख जाओगे तो रीजनिंग का हर क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाएगा. क्लू नहीं यूज
सर
कर पाओगे, नहीं सॉल्व होगा.
ये सर, और सर सबसे लास्ट क्वेश्चन सर, आखिरी ये सर, मेरी अप्रोच ये मतलब मैं अपने पहले बेसिक्स को क्लियर करता हूँ, पहले यूट्यूब की जितनी वीडियोस मिल जाती हैं अच्छी अच्छी, तो सर पहले उनसे करके फिर आपकी बुक के क्वेश्चन उठाता हूँ। तो सर ये अप्रोच सही है
ठीक है, फाइन.
सर? ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट. नेक्स्ट आदित्य, बोलो.
Yeah, good evening, sir. So, sir, thank you so much for the opportunity. So, sir, I've been following you for a while now, and because of you, I scored 98 percentile in CAT as well. So, and sir, I have also converted SCMHRD this time. So, sir, what's your opinion on the college SCMHRD? Do you think it's worth joining for a fresher?
देखो, डिपेंड करता है. मतलब मैं किसी, मतलब तुम अगर मेरे साथ एक दिन बैठोगे तो एक स्टूडेंट को बोलूंगा आई एम लखनऊ मत ज्वाइन करो, बेकार है. और किसी को बोलूंगा कि एल मिश्रा पटना अच्छा है. So it depends on the student, and also depends on whether you believe in yourself that you can get to something better. But SCMHRD, if you're taken a call, I want to join this year and I want to move on with my life, and there are no right and wrong answers in this. If you don't take SCMHRD, that's also correct, and if you take SCMHRD and move on, that's also correct. So you have to see what you are more interested in. Take a call of what you want to do, what you'll be motivated doing, right? SMHRD is a decent college, will give you a strong start in the corporate world, and from there you can build onto yourself. अब बाद में अगर तुमको लगता है 5-7 साल बाद कि because of the brand your career is suffering, ऐसा होगा नहीं. लेकिन अगर वैसा लग रहा है तो you can always go for an executive MBA from a top B school.
Right, sir. So actually, sir, other than that, like I have calls from IIM Shillong and IFT as well. So like these calls are sort of, you know, somewhat closer to SCMHRD. So do you think if I convert any of these two, like IIM Shillong or IFT, so I should take up?
Yeah, they're much better than SCMHRD.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks, Aditya. All the best.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Anirudh, bolo.
Sir, I'm a BArch student. I'm pursuing architecture from Kolkata. Sir, I have given CAT this year, and first of all, very much thank you because your books have been a great help. Sir, I got calls from my CAT wasn't very well, but I got calls from NMIMS Mumbai and SCMHRD. But sir, I don't know. I didn't felt like going towards them, so I dropped it. Sir, now I have cleared the cutoff for TISNET, and I was really inclined towards the HRM field from very starting from the start when I was preparing for MBA. But sir, since I am not from this field and I don't have any work ex in HR field, sir, and I have heard that
Doesn't matter.
Sir, for 70 seats, there are around 1,000 plus calls. So, sir, they need a very strong reason to support the answer that why I want to get in this field. Sir, of course, I was very inclined towards it, and I liked communicating and guiding and all those reasons, but these are not enough. So, sir, how can I convince them that I really want to get in this field? Because,
If
sir, I
you've
have
done
heard that
a little bit of work in HR, or you read something about HR or books related to HR, then that will help you. Otherwise, you'll have to go with that inclination only. And typically, last 15 days is not the time to change that answer.
Yes, sir.
Because last 15 days में उस आंसर को चेंज करने की कोशिश करोगे तो वो वर्क नहीं करता है. So go with whatever answer you've got and try to convince. First, convince yourself. If you can convince yourself, then you can convince everybody else.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Chalo. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Last 2-3 people, Kriti. We are out of time. I planned a 45-minute session. I'm here for almost 1 hour 35 minutes, and we'll be live every Sunday 5:30 p.m. Just I would love more people to join, but yeah, Kriti, ask me.
Yeah, hi sir, good
Ayush
evening.
and Namrud, you guys can leave. Whoever is finished off can leave, so that I can take last few people. And yeah, Kriti, tell me.
Yeah, sir. So I had given CAT 2020, and at that time I had converted IIM Ranchi, but I decided to give myself another shot, but it got backfired. This year I could not clear a sectional, and I have gotten into SIBM Pune. So as of now, I'm earning well. It's good. So I'm not very sure if I should go for SIBM Pune or not. Mentally, I do not have the capacity to appear for another year, so I'm not very sure if I should. How good is it as an institute?
What are you doing right now? You're working.
Yeah, I'm working.
What? Where are you working?
Reliance.
Okay. And you are happy with the job, with the kind of work profile and the growth prospects?
Yeah, it's decent. It's not that great. It's decent.
But will you be happy with it 20 years from now? Okay, this is what I
No,
wanted to do.
no, I don't think so.
Then you need to disrupt now.
Yeah.
If you don't disrupt now, then you will not get an outcome. When did you graduate?
2020.
Okay, so you got 2 years experience. That means
1.5 years. It got
Okay.
delayed during COVID. Yeah.
So, and you said that you're not into preparing again and giving an exam.
No, I've already given it 2 years. It's not again.
Okay. Then you can move on. I think, or you can say that okay, this is not the kind of college I want to get to. So I'll continue this work for 4-5 years more, and then I will go for next year MBA. वो भी कर सकते हो. वो दूसरा option.
Right.
Disrupt to karna padega. If you're not happy with where you are and what kind of career you have, then you'll have to disrupt at some point or the other. Right. So that point whether you want to disrupt now, SIBM will not create that kind of disruption. Because as you said, you're already in a good quality job and good salary. SIBM, what he'll do is he'll give you options of industries. कि अच्छा इसके बदले इसमें जा सकते हैं and all those things. Right now उतना option नहीं खुला होगा तुम्हारे पास job options. तो वो खुल जाएगा लेकिन बहुत जल्द नहीं देगा SIBM. तुम already अच्छे quality job में हो. Right. So then maybe you can think of a later this thing of picking up an MBA 4-5 years down the line.
Okay, sir. I'll think about it. Yeah.
Chalo,
Okay, thank you.
ठीक है. Last 3 people I'm taking. Dhaneshwar.
Hello.
Something? Yeah, Dhaneshwar, bolo.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir.
Good. I can see everybody
मैं
बाकी सब लोगों ने वीडियो ऑफ रखा है ना.
Sorry?
अच्छा कि तुमने वीडियो ऑन किया. बाकी सब लोगों ने वीडियो ऑफ करके बात किया मुझसे. तो I request
Thank you,
वीडियो
sir.
ऑन करके
Sir.
so I can see your face also.
Firstly, I will tell you my background. I'm a mechanical engineer, passed out in 2016. My aggregate is less than 60%, below 60% aggregate. This last year I gave my CAT examination and got 83.33 percentile. I get converted. It was my first attempt of CAT. As I'm in OBC category, I get a call from IIM Lucknow in SM, as well as IIM Bangalore. I get for the document verification, but since I observe the criteria of IIM Bangalore in business analyst, they need to have the 10th or 12th percentile is more than 80 or 75 above. So I'm not get any call from the IIM Bangalore for the interview also. But I give the interview of baby IIMs these times. And before that, I was working in Tata Motors as a development engineer. And currently, I'm a banking aspirant, sir. This time, I gave the IBPS PO the SBI PO examination, but didn't qualify for the interview. So it's very my question is, sir, what should I do? There are many options that more scattered me. Either I do a CAT or bank PO or appear for GMAT. I'm not able to choose.
That is because you're not thinking about a career in the correct perspective. You have to find out where you want to go in life, and then you decide. If you don't know your destination, you're looking at 6 different roads. कौन सा road लेना चाहिए वो हमेशा confused रहोगे. You have to find out where you want to be. You want to have a stable job and that's your primary objective. Then go to the banking jobs. As I wrote, if somebody asked me IIMs versus IBPS PO, I said Gaurav will ask me that question. IIMs or IBPS PO. I said if you're looking for adventure, you should go for the IIMs. If you're looking for safety, you should go for this thing. You should go for IBPS banking. But if you ask my personal opinion, 2022 to 2052, somebody in building their careers in this time should not be going for safety in their career. Because there's so much to achieve and so much opportunities available. But safety is not should not be the primary concern.
Yes.
ठीक है.
Right.
And Anshu, you're answering your question. Anshu has a question. I have seen experts saying with aptitude do good in CAT. Aptitude can be built, and that's what we focus on. So you can look at our courses if you're looking for a coaching program. And I have developed so many people from 25, 30 percentile, 25, 90 percentile. So it can definitely help you out. Yeah. ठीक है.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Rishabh, Yash, Ayush तुम्हारा तो हो गया था. I've already talked to you. So Rishabh, Harsh.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Sir, I want to know that how to prepare for the interview of NITI Bombay, sir.
कोई भी इंटरव्यू का प्रिपरेशन का तो एक बेसिक ही लॉजिक होता है, तुम अपने पास्ट में देखो and see what are the aspects of your past career decisions and past events in your life.
Sir,
उसके
what
बारे में
actually
पूछेंगे। एक तो वो
sir,
फैक्टर हो
what
गया। एक
sir,
मेरा
एक चीज
इंटरव्यू
थी
का वीडियो है, करीब 1.5 घंटे का वीडियो है, वो मैंने रणदीप मिश्रा सर के साथ, मेरे दोस्त हैं वो। तो you can watch that video, that will give you a lot of perspective, much more perspective than I can talk to you in 2 minutes here.
सर
उसको
एक
देख
क्वेश्चन
लो।
था मेरा।
हाँ
सर एक्चुअली क्या है सर, मैं 2019 का पास आउट हूँ और
हाँ
सर प्रायर टू दैट आई हैव नो एक्सपीरियंस सर। तो
हाँ
सर दैट विल बी अ नेगेटिव फैक्टर फॉर द इंटरव्यू सर।
या थोड़ा तो रहेगा। They'll ask you what you are doing.
सर
You'll
तो
not be
मतलब
able
उसको
to
सर उसको बैक कैसे करूं सर, मुझे ये समझ नहीं आ रहा सर अभी।
क्या कर रहे थे उसमें बताना पड़ेगा। Complete truth the best.
सर तो इट शुड बी 100% ट्रूथ और इट कुड बी अ मिक्सचर ऑफ सम स्टोरी और
झूठ अगर बोल रहे हो तो कुछ ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए पकड़ा जाए। I give this example to my to people preparing at interviews for my Mindworks. तुमको अगर बोलना है कि मैं कॉलेज में मैं एथलीट हूँ और मैं 100 मीटर्स रेस दौड़ता हूँ, तो यू कैन गो अप टू कि मैं डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल चैंपियनशिप जीत जाता था और मैं स्कूल में जीत जाता था, बट डोंट से कि ओलंपिक में गोल्ड मेडल जीता था, राइट? बिकॉज वो झूठ को तो मैं बैक नहीं कर पाऊंगा। सो बीच का थोड़ा बहुत कर सकते हो, बट नॉट टू मच, राइट? नॉर्मली ट्रूथ हैज लॉट ऑफ पावर, राइट? Career prospects after MBA, all kinds of careers open up, all kinds of, there's so many things. We will do something on this on the channel, right? So I guess we are out of time now. I'll be meeting you guys again next Sunday, 5:30 p.m. Every Sunday we are going to meet, and this is regular. And Nakshi ma'am is going to do her session at 8:30 p.m. on Thursday. You guys can join for that also.
Hello, sir. Can you take my question?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Who's this?
Hi, this is Yash.
Hi, Yash, tell me. Your question is left.
Yeah, hi, sir. Thank you for taking me on, sir. So I've been following your YouTube channel for the last year, and because of that, I was able to get 98.4 percentile this year.
Good to hear.
And yeah, thanks, sir. And sir, I have given one PI at IIM Lucknow, and I have an upcoming PI for FMS. So just wanted to know from you if you have any tips for the FMS PI.
FMS PI. PI ka tips, I think you can watch my video with Ranjit Mishra. That's got very comprehensive tips. You've seen that?
Not yet, sir.
उसको देख लो, वो वीडियो में Ranjit has been a B school interviewer for the last 15-20 years. He's been a B school prof also. So it will be a good learning experience for you if you watch my conversation.
Yeah, sure, sir. And so between Lucknow and FMS, sir, what would you suggest? So
I think
to give you a
better ROI. FMS definitely has better ROI.
Got it, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thanks. Chalo, thank you. Alam and Shivam, I don't think I'm out of time now. And the more people I'm taking, the more people are joining it. So we'll keep this for next Sunday, 5:30 p.m. This is going to be regular. This is going to be a regular session from my side. Anything you want to ask me, you can. And Meenakshi reminding you at 8:30 p.m. this Thursday. Meenakshi is going to be live with the same Ask Me Anything session. Right? So you can ask your personal doubts, personal queries, etc. And preparation process, career guidance, etc. on that. Today I was not able to see many of the chats because I was more interested in the people who are talking to me. But maybe next time onwards I'll pick up the chats also. Right? Yeah, that's what we are trying to do, Manishwar. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you.